Hello, listeners of the Vanguard Quarantine Podcast. I am your host, Braden Simbalak, joined by co-host Dane Lewis. And this week, we have a very special guest. Not very special, but we hate him. But it's
the man behind the
camera.
Hey, how are you doing?
Why did Cody Amble just pop up in the chat? I'm going to just bring that up quick.
Yeah, screw Rambo with Amble, by the way.
Okay, I didn't come here to harass. I came here to be harassed.
Hey.
That is true, yeah.
We're not going to talk about our beef with Rambo with Amble. We're going to talk about our beef with Ladders Inc. and the man behind the camera.
Okay, what did I do? What did I do to deserve so much hate?
You dissed us.
You attacked us. You came after us.
Did I come after you?
You and Chris Reviews.
You were an enabler.
Okay, I'm going to agree I was an enabler. Chris came up to me and said, Dylan, I hate the Vanguard Quarantine Podcast.
You mean
Chris.
not Dylan, you mean Mr. Man behind the camera.
No, Tanner said he hated the podcast. Chris, okay? Chris came up to me. He's like, I need your video editing skills and recording equipment so that I can film my reaction to it. And I'm like, are you sure that's even going to be like funny at all?
It was
and
pretty
he's
funny.
like, yeah, because of me. There's so much not funny stuff I cut out. Okay, we had 45 minutes worth of stuff, and we had to cut it down to 8 because it's trash.
We were trash, or
no? Chris.
Chris was.
Well, both of you were trash.
Hey,
first episode.
We'll give you episode 0 was pretty trash, but you haven't listened to our recent stuff on your channel to diss us like that.
Chris won't let me. I told him Dane wants you to record another one, and he's like, no, I won't.
Have Daniel do it. He's been on here. We'll allow him to do it.
Daniel Reviews. I'd buy that.
The other man behind the camera.
Is Daniel behind the camera?
He said he was in there.
No, because I had everyone leave because they were making too much noise.
Lies.
So we got lied to.
I mean, he was probably there like right at the end or at the beginning.
I feel betrayed. Just going to put that out there.
Feel betrayed, Braden. You were.
Whoops.
I'm going to say here's the difference between Ladders Inc. and Vanguard Quarantine Podcast is the editor takes time to actually edit.
Yeah. Where's Dane's editing?
Non-existent. I'm not editing this. I don't edit the new podcast.
What if I say something so terrible you have to edit it?
Then I have to edit it.
Like Dane did in episode 0.
We just make it hard on the editor.
It wasn't great. What I said wasn't great.
It was terrible.
It was kind of sus.
What do you say?
No.
No. Come on, say it.
No, I'll type it in chat.
No, because Dylan will say it.
Oh, that's true. Fair enough.
Wait, I mean man behind the camera.
Yeah, Mr. Man behind
the
camera.
It doesn't matter.
We don't want to reveal your name to the public and the masses.
Yes.
I already revealed my name to the public and the masses.
To who?
Okay, we've said my name a few times on this podcast. I literally have a YouTube channel, #@LaddersInc. And
don't follow that.
No free shoutouts.
Yeah, don't go to Ladders Inc.
And I've said my name multiple times on that channel.
Do you like speak in the third person, you creep?
No. Not often.
Name?
Other people say my name, and I put it in the tags so you can look up my video.
I'd like to mention that Andrew Spreen just followed my second account, but not our podcast. So screw Andrew Spreen.
Harsh call out.
Hey, Andrew, if you're watching this, you're probably not. Follow the Instagram Vanguard Quarantine Podcast.
Wow, and not just Andrew. Anyone out there who's listening, follow the.
Anyone that's listening that doesn't follow @Vanguard Quarantine Podcast, what are you doing?
We're desperate.
I'm not subscribed.
Fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
What?
Wait.
What?
This is our living, man. Okay.
I'm not subscribed. I refuse.
You're a freeloader. You don't subscribe.
We make $15 CPM. You gotta only watch this on Spotify. We might just discontinue the YouTube channel.
Might be a good idea.
But then I can't subscribe.
You can follow us on Spotify.
I don't know how to do that.
It's the same way you follow on YouTube. Here, I'm gonna go to Ramble with Amble and follow him right now. But then I'll
Unfollow
unfollow.
him?
But then I'll
Oh.
unfollow him because we have beef.
Speaking of Ramble with Amble, I was like the first person to vote like he was a racist. Not like the first, but one of the first.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
no
Noticed
problem.
that you voted.
I
Hey,
hate racism, so I need it to be aware of.
shouts out to Ladders Inc.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys.
That nearly forgives you all the way.
That's the
Just
only free shout out you get.
Ow.
nice way of killing the conversation, Dane. You
Sorry.
just
Yeah.
left us a lot of dead air here.
I plan on
that's on you guys.
uploading soon, but I can't give out a schedule because then I have to stick with it. And
Can we get any details on what you're gonna post?
well, I have another California video to upload soon. Thank you. And I have the senior interviews from Hello Dolly. I interviewed all the seniors and about their thoughts and insights on acting and the play.
Can you interview me even though I wasn't in the play?
No, I still need to interview Miss Haas though. I didn't get to it before the quarantine started, so her interview might be lower quality than everyone else's.
Oh,
Speaking
big
of
idea.
Miss Haas, that is who we want to have on the next podcast.
You should
That's-
interview her on here.
That's a good idea. Wait, not Braden's thing. Dane's thing is a good idea. Braden's is right out.
I would be honest. I think it'd be. I've never like truly had a casual conversation with Miss Haas.
That's
curious-
because you test her boundaries too often.
you're not wrong.
You have to follow in the middle. You have to test her boundaries enough that she hates you a little bit, but not enough to make her hate you completely, because then you're kind of friends.
So what Dylan does?
Yeah.
Or you could just TA for a semester.
Yeah,
and
Dylan doesn't test her boundaries. He sucks her toes.
Dane, both of you.
That's a boundary in itself, you know.
I do not. I've had this conversation with a lot of people.
Wait, they seriously think you actually suck toes?
No.
Sus.
What do you mean you've had this conversation with?
I've had way too many conversations with people explaining that I don't suck toes. Because you say it so often. People are like, is that really what Dylan's into? And I'm like, no, you people.
You people? Wow.
I think it's
You people.
Okay,
think
what you people am I referring to, Dane?
I don't
Native
know.
Americans, racist. What I was gonna say is, I think it was Hitler said, if you tell a lie enough, people eventually will believe it.
I don't think it
Brandon,
was him.
Let's not associate
And
ourselves.
also, should we really believe anything he says?
I mean, it
he
worked
was
for him for a
kind of
couple
sus.
years.
He was kind of sus.
Kinda. He was the most sus.
Well, if you think about it, Stalin was worse.
He didn't start a world war.
Fair.
Fair. I mean, but he did kill more people, so like he had a higher case.
It's not a competition to who killed more people.
I mean, we could make it a competition.
Yeah, because Stolly Boy's taking the fat Dubsky in that category.
If we really want to blame people, let's blame the French and the British then, because they really.
Or we could blame the Huns.
Hey, the French
What?
surrender though, so it's okay.
Wait, why the Huns?
Because they killed so many people.
You know, I'm a big Attila guy. You know.
The Mongols were the most successful empire ever. Put that out.
Not
Yes,
that
that
they
is
were very
true.
good people.
We didn't say they were good people. We said they were the
They were
largest
most
empire.
successful.
Chinggis
They were the
Khan?
largest land empire in the world.
Chinggis Khan
It's
was
like-
a bad dude.
It's like saying Kim Jong-un was the most powerful man in North Korea. Doesn't mean he's a good man. He's just the most powerful. That was a really bad comparison.
That was
Anyway,
terrible. It made
I'm
no
not
sense.
good at the comparison game.
Anyway, back to the beef.
Is that
Yeah,
all this
you
is? Is that all this is? We're just gonna rat each other out and belittle each other and drag each other down to your level?
Yes.
What do you mean our level?
Oh, you
Are
think
you talking
I
about
think you
us
don't.
people?
Yeah, you people.
I know I'm shorter than you, but like,
Baseball players.
hey, I'm not a baseball player.
Braden's not a baseball
I'm not
player.
talking to Braden.
Oh,
Talking to Dane.
Well, us people.
and Joe Baseball.
Joe Baseball. Honestly, the
are
most
you-
American man.
Are you discounting Joe Baseball?
Oh, he's a great guy.
He's like
He's an
50%
exception.
Dominican.
I don't
He's
see
a
how that would
great
change
guy.
my opinion.
Because he's
What, are you racist now?
No, I'm not racist. That's why
Dylan's
it
a-
wouldn't
Dylan-
change my opinion.
Dylan's
That's
the
what I'm
racist.
No, Dane, you're like joining the Cody club. Can you just have that picture of Cody pop up?
Dane and Cody are both in
Hang
the
on, I'm gonna
racist.
see if this even pops up correctly. Oh, it doesn't. It just shows his eyes. Oh.
Well, that's what the audience will see.
So is this the first non-sports podcast you guys are doing here?
Maybe.
If you don't count episode 0 and the one where we get angry at you.
Well, I'm counting the official episodes.
Oh, official
then
episodes,
yes.
then yeah.
So we're gonna avoid sports for the most part. Speaking of sports,
Wait.
what's it like running a YouTube channel?
That's not a sport.
I know. I just bad.
Well, what do you want to know?
You got to commit to it like a sport.
You do. I haven't uploaded in a while, and when I do, it's not what I'd like to upload.
Can't
you got to put a
relate.
lot of. Okay.
How much of it to you is art, and how much of it is like people expect you to do something, so you do it, not what you want to do? You know?
90-10.
Let's see. I can look through my videos, and I'd say I only enjoy, like, if I had to choose which ones I like watching, I'd only choose like 4 of them.
Ouch.
I don't know. There's just a lot of garbage on my channel because I've made stuff and it wasn't very good, or I didn't put the effort in that it needed, or it was just a bad concept. And
Do you like the homecoming skits that we did? Dane, what is going on? Earthquake?
I like the junior and senior homecoming skit. The sophomore one is kind of, it's okay. I mean, you could have
post the
edited
freshman
it
one, right?
better, Dane.
Are we going to mention the fact that in our freshman year, you just left one of the scenes black and white, even though that was integral to the plot?
Are you talking to
That
me or
was
Dane?
part of it.
Dane. It really wasn't.
I am so glad I had nothing to do with the freshman skit.
I'm glad I was the only good part of it.
I'm glad you were too.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had the wink in everyone since.
That's
Hey,
true.
Hey,
I like
hey,
that.
Harambe was a pretty good part of that skit.
Was
Sure.
he in it? I honestly don't remember any of
was.
it besides the fact that it was the Wizard of Oz.
Rest in
He
peace, Harambe.
flashed up for a frame.
I see.
It was almost exactly a frame.
That really dates the production, don't you think? I try to avoid that.
That's fair.
So, do you think when you have like you don't like a lot of the content you've put out, but you want to kind of go into filmmaking when you're, as a job or a career?
Yeah. Well, if you're happy with what you make, you're never going to get better, I think once I
Ooh.
learn more about filmmaking and like have better resources and know more about what the heck I'm doing with my life,
After Effects.
I'll produce better content, What is that sound?
That was me moving my mic. I apologize.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. It sounds like a thunderstorm just rolled through your house.
Yeah, probably.
I really like the documentary style of the senior interviews and the California trip, but I also really like the senior homecoming skit.
Yeah, I like
the
like that
junior
too.
homecoming skit was the best though.
All right, Dane.
Low-key.
All right.
They both had their different like.
We can all have our opinions, We don't need to strangle each other unless that's what.
Honestly, the only bad part about the senior thing is that it was a terrible day when we had to film with Dolman, so we had to green screen it, and that's just hard to do,
Yeah, there are a few frames in there where I accidentally overlaid Cody and Dalma at the same time because I had to get it cut and edited together super quick.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
No, I thought it was pretty good, and
Well, thank
I don't
you.
know. It was enjoyable to watch. The music is, you forget how much score adds to a movie or a film.
I'm very into sound and sound quality and music, like for film. I think that might be something I might want to get into in the future instead of being like to focus more on that aspect of film rather than the whole thing. Because all the music I used is actually from the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark film. And it syncs up pretty well, I think, with what we've done.
Yeah, it synced perfectly. And I noticed it with Scooby Doo. You used the music from that too.
I did. It was very hard to find Scooby Doo music without like the words and the laugh track from the original Scooby Doo show. You forget that the original 70s Scooby Doo had a laugh track.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
I did. I'm a big fan of the original Scooby Doo.
I think it's the only show with an acceptable laugh track. Maybe besides Cheers or something.
Yeah.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Dane, stop moving your mouse.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Mike.
I didn't even move the mic. I moved the cord. It's really sensitive.
I can tell.
I apologize again.
I think that's when I noticed with our homecoming skits, like how much sound matters, and like because you would
The first one you guys made, wind was everywhere and you couldn't understand a word anyone was saying.
exactly. You realize how big of a deal. You think, oh, you got to get the right shot and the acting and everything, but then you forget. Yeah, sound's a big part, and especially like with the senior skit, like you put the microphone next to the crunching of leaves when he was walking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Little tricks like that. I think that makes a big difference. Those details really adds to it. So,
And like the sophomore skit, I told them, well, I mean, we were all there, so I guess we wanted as little talking as possible so we don't have to worry about bad audio quality. We just put pop music in there and it'll add to it itself.
mm-hmm. Nice thing about
But,
Rocky.
There
The
was one
freshman
or two
skit-
lines in
The
there.
problem with the freshman skit was I wasn't at the filming, so when I had to splice it all together, I had no idea what to do with it all, and it wasn't a very well filmed idea.
Film production is like an enormous clock, to reference The Incredibles. Every cog has to mesh together. And if you guys don't work well together or you aren't communicating, you won't have a good production and a final product.
Very true.
Fair.
I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. Like, we had an interesting idea, but then it was an old camera on a tripod with no mics and from like 20, 30 feet away. So, of course, you couldn't hear anything. It was rough, but it was a learning experience.
If
Especially
I remember correctly, we filmed the junior skit on a phone, right?
On your phone,
on your
I think.
phone.
And then we recorded the senior skit on phone, or was that with my camera?
That was also on your phone.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
we used my camera for that one.
No, I think we used the phone.
All right.
Because you could just edit it with the app, so you didn't have to transfer.
Yeah, because they're very fast turnover projects. You don't need to, like, you don't have the time to upload them to a computer, do all your fancy editing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have like a week or two to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, your phone phones nowadays have really good cameras. I know they're nothing compared to those really nice ones, but like they do the
Yeah.
job for like a school homecoming skit or something like that.
Yeah. I wanted to
Lucky
film
you got
Chris
some
reviews on my camera, but I needed to download a few things and I didn't have time to do that before you guys released another episode of your podcast.
And then we did.
So that didn't work out too well for Chris.
Poor Chris.
Poor
See,
man.
See, with our podcast, we have a really quick turnover, but with some still solid content.
Yeah, real solid content.
Not sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As long as we have Braden, it's solid content.
Oh, it's all good content.
He's a very solid man, very well built.
Well, thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, no problem.
My mom tells me I have
Chiseled
a
from
nice
clay.
pair of shoulders. Okay. Marble.
Wait, when you say chiseled from clay, do you mean like the soft clay you find in a river or like the kilned clay?
No, it's pre-kilned.
Okay.
Okay, Dane. That's not cool.
It's a kiln, not killed.
I know, but you're calling me soft and mushy.
When you're kilned, you're hard.
You
And
said
brittle, and you
pre-kiln.
can shatter easily.
Yeah, I'm marble, man. Have you
But-
seen my calves? They're sculpted marble. It's like Michelangelo was working.
Brain, I haven't gotten to see your calves in weeks.
How does that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm fine with it.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet.
I thought you were gonna miss them. Not gonna lie.
I don't really stare at your calves too much, to be honest. But now that I can't, I realize I was taking advantage of you.
We all want what we can never have.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thanks,
That was
guys.
a weird- Anyway, back to the film production. We often get off track, and that's okay.
We're doing more rambling than ambling.
Yeah, take that, Ramble with him.
You know what? I just realized. Well, I didn't just realize it. The other day, I was listening to his podcast, and he says, like, on episode like 5 or 6, he's like, "Oh, this is the first time we've ever actually rambled on an episode." And I was thinking, you ramble every episode. I'm confused.
I mean,
It's in the title.
I don't remember what episode mine was, but we rambled a lot in my episode.
Yeah, I think I went off topic a few times in mine too. Has he had all of us on his podcast?
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd Braden talk about?
Music.
It was
Right.
like the second one.
Yeah, you talked about your Led Zeppelin polyphonic video.
You know,
What?
the
I
second
remember.
video I think was the highest of the quality for his podcast.
Like, technical wise or content wise?
Content.
Content.
Cody said that one has the most views. But I'm not sure.
Personally, I love Reed. His first episode, not
Careful what you
strong.
say.
Not
Well,
strong.
it is the first episode. It's like how we made a whole Chris review on your first episode.
Good
That
side.
wasn't our first episode. That was our 0th episode.
It was the break.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing you upload.
Yeah.
That wasn't the first thing Cody uploaded. The first thing
Yeah, he
Cody
uploaded his
was
trailer.
the intro.
The trailer, I
Trailer.
guess.
But you get the point I'm trying to make. You didn't have it all figured out at the time.
And I think anyone who does anything successfully, when they start, they suck at it. Like, you
Yeah.
just learn, you know? You
For example.
What, for example? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I said take Braden for example. For the whole starting off, you suck.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
I'm just that joke didn't land how I wanted it to. I'm sorry,
Yeah, well,
Braden.
you cut out, and then,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
you had to explain it. And
gotta
Yeah.
get better mic or internet quality. So
Is it? It's probably internet because like my
Probably.
mic's pretty secure into here and stuff.
yeah, we'd like to
Internet's
mention that
that way.
Dylan's using a collar mic.
It's not a collar. It's a
And
lapel
it
mic,
sounds good.
or it has a. It starts with a CH, but I can't pull up my theater class right now.
That's rough.
Chocolate.
No, I think this episode is the best sound quality yet. I finally got a decent
But
mic.
content-wise, we need to improve.
Fair.
I think you're right, Dylan.
Fair.
What kind of content do you like putting out the most? Like, when you make a video, what's your favorite kind of video?
Like, what are the favorite videos I've put up on my channel?
Yes.
I have to say my favorite video I've put up is probably the interviews with last year's senior class for the complete history of America.
That's solid content.
That's pretty solid content.
Why is it your favorite?
It's a very solid piece of like work. Like I didn't have like it was a good idea, a good concept. Hey, let's interview all these people for their last year. And I don't want to say it's emotional, but like it's emotional. They're all leaving and they're all like, this is my last chance, you know? And I think I put it together pretty well. And the seniors gave good ideas. And my second most favorite video I've put up is probably California Part 0,
Banger.
which
Banger.
I don't want to, but I don't want to say it is because it's like a vlog, and I'm not really a big fan of vlogs.
I gotta agree with that. Like, people filming their life and me just watching it. I'm sorry. I don't feel that. It's not. my
Oh,
thing.
also you can't watch Part 0. It's been banned in America for copyright reasons because I put a song by Canned Heat in there.
Are you monetized? Is that
Um,
why?
No, it's that one's demonetized and it's not available in America, so you can use a VPN. But I'm thinking of just posting a link to it in the descriptions of each of the California trip videos.
Okay.
I'm currently checking if that's true.
Also, a question. I remember Chris posting something about this, like right when the whole
Yes.
quarantine started, that Congress passed a bill that made VPNs illegal. How's that?
Oh, they haven't passed it yet, I don't believe. I haven't been caught up with it recently, but because of coronavirus, they're trying to sneak through a ton of bills that people might take a problem with. Like, they don't want VPNs because I don't want to sound too conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but the idea that they can't use all your messages and can't view them if they'd need to, because the bill would also allow any private messages to be used in court, and VPNs block that, so they couldn't.
Jeez.
But also VPNs are necessary in like a modern internet age for stopping hackers and like doing stuff like that and interacting with other people.
They do block out all of the content though. Like I'm pretty sure the VPN company can actually trace back the stuff that they block out.
Right.
I watched a video on this the other day.
I haven't caught up with it, so I don't know the exact idea. But the point is they don't want VPNs to be legal anymore. Which would be a big problem.
It was a
that's
Tom Scott.
Dangerously, like, there's like the whole right to privacy, and also like in a court of law, only certain things can be used against you, like search warrant wise. And obviously, technology kind of puts a different like meaning to that, but
which is why they want to pass the bill.
Yeah, but I feel like that still violates the premise of the Constitution and the amendment that
because you can't check mail, like it's illegal to tamper with the mail. So how would this be any different?
Exactly. I disagree with that. The bill's premise,
Dane needs to edit a big stamp saying disagree and like a cha-chung noise in here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a segment called Braden's Thoughts, but I'm sure no one wants to hear that.
Should I just re-upload all your podcast episodes, but with all the editing you say you'll do?
So fire Dane as editor is what you mean?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm okay with that. But I don't want to upload it to Ladders Inc. I want it to stay uploaded to our podcast.
I didn't want to upload Chris reviews to Ladders Inc., but Chris refused to upload it to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, doesn't he have like multiple YouTube channels?
Yeah, he has 3.
I'm pretty sure he commented on one of our videos with all 3 or something like that.
I think
yeah, he might have more than 3.
There's also a channel that had 100,000 subscribers that commented on one of our videos.
I've had a ton of spam and like little kids comment on my videos, hey, you should come like play Fortnite with us. And I'm just like, no, I don't play Fortnite.
Fortnite still exists?
No, this was like when I uploaded my 10 subscriber special. Some Scottish kid came up and was like, hey, we should do a collab because I have more subscribers than you.
Also, shout out.
You put the Fortnite outro, didn't you?
As a joke. I did that as a joke. I looked up the most bass boosted EDM music I could find and put like a Fortnite screenshot at the end.
Gosh dang it.
I don't like those videos. I'd take them down if it was up to me, but my morals, I can't delete content.
Interesting.
I'd like to mention shout out to the YouTube channel Tom that commented on one of our videos once. He has 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
It's oddly suspicious. Like a guy just named Tom's like, great job, guys.
He's the Tom.
Yeah, great.
Braden.
It was great content, guys.
Well, he knows what he's talking about.
His channel's like
what he's doing.
What's his channel even do? Isn't it like a tech support kind of thing?
It was kind of sketchy, actually.
Oh, maybe we don't want a shout out from him.
I mean, I do want a shout out from him because that would get us clout, but
Clout.
Dane, the world doesn't revolve around clout.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, the world does, but it shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Yes.
It shouldn't, but it does. It do.
You were too focused on whether you could get clout that you didn't think about whether you should. And you called out Tom.
Can we make that a t-shirt?
You got to wear clout goggles with it.
I agree.
It's the only
So are we going to make a merch store? I feel like we might need a few more fans to do that.
I think we have to pay to have a merch store.
If you guys have a merch store, you have to sell quarantine masks with brim.
And clout goggles, of course. It's part of the idea.
And the Vinny with the mask on.
Sure. I mean, yeah. Were you ever going to do some kind of merchandise, Dylan?
Me? I have t-shirts.
Mr. Man behind the camera.
You want a t-shirt? I'll sell you a t-shirt.
How much?
$18.
Gee.
That's Steve.
I'll cut it to, how about 14? How about 14?
I'll meet you in the middle, 12.
I'm not doing 12. I'll sell you a Ladders Inc. t-shirt.
But if I wore that, how would that look for this channel? Like we hate each other.
We support each other. You hate Chris reviews.
That is a fair point.
Because, okay, you guys have participated in Ladders Inc. You're valued employees of Ladders Inc.
Former.
That is true.
Former employees?
We haven't been on in a while.
You'll be on it once I upload another California video.
Dana.
I won't.
Oh, you're right. You weren't on the California trip.
How about I send you a clip of me doing? I'm not
Doing
gonna
what,
finish
Dane?
that sentence.
Dane, doing what?
What is it? What are you gonna say,
What is
Dane?
it?
How about I take
Come
a
on.
studio tour and you throw it in there?
When you say studio tour, do you mean like a leather couch studio tour?
Yes.
I see.
I'm kind of against leather, being a cow and all.
Excuse me?
Braden didn't understand the joke
Did I miss something? No, I'm more confused on why Braden called himself bovine.
because he's Otis.
I'm Otis.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
Oh, people listening on Spotify won't get it.
Yeah.
To specify, his
avatar.
Discord avatar is Otis from. Is that just backyard?
Speaking of
Vanguard?
avatar, those blue people in James Cameron's Avatar are way taller than you remember.
Aren't they like?
They're
8
like 11 feet tall.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
That'd
And,
be
like,
terrible.
The horses they ride are like bigger than elephants.
That was a good movie.
No.
It really wasn't. No.
No.
Sorry.
They could have. James Cameron spent thousands of dollars hiring music experts to make alien music for the movie soundtrack and for the aliens to play. And then when the experts came back and said, "This is what we come up with. We've studied this for weeks and months on end. This is exactly the type of music aliens would use in this situation." James Cameron said it didn't sound Western enough and had them just use stereotypical orchestra music.
That's lame.
Think of what we could have had. Think of the boundaries broken. But no.
Maybe it
We
could
need
have
to get
been a
those people on the podcast.
$3 billion movie.
How much did Avatar cost?
No, it made like 2.5 is what I was getting at.
I mean, that was the most heavily CGI movie ever.
At the
At
time,
the
yes.
time.
Yeah, obviously that's changed, but like at the
Once
time,
Avatar
that
2 comes out, that might change.
is there gonna be one? I heard.
Yeah,
gonna be
they're
like
releasing four or five other ones.
Wow, when was the first one released? Like
2012.
12. Okay,
Oh,
so they are waiting a while.
Braden, speaking of getting famous-ish people on the podcast, I was on Twitter earlier today and I saw the Instagram of the tight end that the Packers drafted, and I saw a for business inquiries only. It was his agent, and I thought about giving him a DM, asking him to come on the podcast.
Might as well.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah,
Call them up.
I mean,
Hit him up.
you're never gonna make it if you don't risk it. You know.
can't make money without spending money.
We're not gonna take
Also
it.
true.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna take it anymore, I guess.
I won't take this abuse from the bureaucracy above us and the companies that push us down with their corporate funding, like Ladders Inc.
I don't have corporate funding.
Yeah, unlike Anchor, you don't support us.
Okay, hold on. You guys are making more money than I am. Wait, how many subscribers do you guys have? You might be
18.
beating me.
No,
Oh,
we
only
don't.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have less followers on Instagram than Ramble with Amble.
Should I subscribe?
Yeah.
No. No.
I mean, I'm not gonna force you to do anything because I believe in consent.
If you officially denounce Chris Reviews, then we think that this beef can be squashed.
Well, I can't denounce Chris Reviews because I'd like to make it a series, where maybe he reviews a pasta recipe or maybe he reviews the new episode of Survivor.
Maybe say
Also-
that his beliefs don't reflect that of the Ladders Inc. company.
Oh, so it's like NBC every night at 6.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
see. Is it at 6? I don't watch NBC.
I don't
No one
watch
watches NBC.
No one watches it.
Ouch.
I mean, seriously,
All right,
like
I've watched
who
it on
watches
accident
it?
like twice because there's stuff on before, but
I see.
I really don't watch TV now that I think about it.
I don't watch TV, but I tried for like a day to watch it, and there's just the commercials are loud and obnoxious and shoving products down your throat.
It's almost like that's how
I'm Phil
advertising works.
Swift here with Flex Seal.
No, because I listened to a cassette tape the other day of a radio station from the 90s, because my dad recorded the radio to hear an interview because he was on the radio for a minute.
Dope.
Oh,
Yeah, and so it's like a 2 hours worth of radio songs and like the ad, and all their ads are like super chill and like, hey, you want to buy our product? Whereas if you turn on the radio now, because I didn't realize this because I use Spotify and stuff like that, like their ads are loud and obnoxious and like scream.
Can you upload that video of your dad being on the radio?
It's probably copyrighted, Dane.
oof.
You didn't care about that when you uploaded episode 0 of the California.
Okay, I'm trying to be more conscientious of copyright stuff because I used to not care and be like, oh, what do I care? It's not like this is going to affect me at all. But recently it's been like affecting me more. So
Interesting.
That's not
Why
on
has
me.
it been affecting you more? Because you have more subscribers, or what?
well, I have more subscribers, so it's more likely that someone's going to watch it and notice it. And also different songs have different policies. And sometimes I'll find a song that I want to use in a video and it'll get blocked in all countries, so I'll replace it with a different song. And sometimes those rules change. Like suddenly this song's available and suddenly this song isn't.
That's why we make our own music here at the Vanguard Quarantine Podcast.
Yes.
Right, Braden?
Writing music and playing music are two different skills.
Braden does both, so.
Yeah, well, he's
Not
fairly
very well.
skilled individual.
Well, thank you, Dylan. But my writing is not there. Yeah,
I'd have to admit, yes, your writing isn't
Hey,
there.
the intro's a banger.
but when you hear this diss track, you're gonna be blown away, boy.
Well, what if I just avoid listening to it like you avoid reading my texts?
That's fair.
I just got called out. Dang.
Yeah, get called out, Braden.
That was a good point. You can put that in your response diss track. See, I don't want him to renounce it because
Should I make a diss track?
That's what I'm saying. We just have this beef.
After we make a diss track, you make a diss track.
Because I don't have GarageBand and stuff, so I'd have to use all like analog instruments. I got my bass here, a guitar, I have my drums, my organ, my keyboard, my pianos.
Which organ?
That's all you need.
A what? A Kimball.
What?
It's dope.
It's a Kimball organ. I'm thinking of buying a Hammond organ once I find one in my price range because those are like the coolest thing to ever be invented.
I was trying to make a bodily organ joke, but yeah.
Oh, well, I'd like to
Kidney.
think my heart and soul.
Nice. I like it.
Okay.
I do like GarageBand because, I mean, I can play guitar not very well, and I can play drums.
Braden,
so
you're
not
you're
very
better at guitar than I am. I've been practicing and you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, you're almost as good at guitar as I am at ukulele.
You're almost as good at guitar as Adam Levine at the Super Bowl.
Because he didn't
He
play.
didn't play.
Yeah, I know.
Neither did Shakira. I'm going to point that out.
Did she? When was that?
That was this
Last
last
year.
Super Bowl.
Oh, I didn't. I was working that day. I was.
You
I,
didn't miss much.
Sure.
I was
You-
working at the
you
restaurant.
You missed.
Yeah, but I could watch it if you wanted me to.
You watched it. You
I
didn't
mean-
watch it live.
I wouldn't waste your time with it.
All right.
Yeah, there was a guy who watched through the video and like looked at her guitar playing. It was fake. Surprise.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Sus.
I mean,
If you want you need a perfect performance. This is the Super Bowl, and like, if you're, I'm assuming dancing around on stage, playing guitar and singing, you might mess up something.
yeah,
Fair.
I guess that's fair. As a musician, like it impresses me more when someone can do it live. But I'm not gonna
Right,
sit
right.
up on my high horse and be like, "Oh, you didn't do it live."
Well, there are musicians and there are artists and writers, and it takes a lot of skill to be all of them.
You are right,
I mean, as a concert
and you have to be a
choirist-
performer.
As a concert choirist, I think that lip syncing should just be denounced.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Well, like
Definitely.
people, buy tickets to their tour, and if like they lose their voice or something, like they're not gonna just let these people down, so they're gonna lip sync.
Right. I paid my $800 for nosebleed seats. I'm gonna get my seat and watch a concert.
Exactly. Yeah, I get that aspect of it.
Speaking of concerts, my cousin Logan is in a fairly popular band, and his concert in Wisconsin was canceled due to the virus, so I couldn't go see his concert. Shame.
What's the name of his band? You might as well shout it out.
It's Disc, DISQ.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And what does he play? Sing?
He's the guitarist, one of the guitarists, and he does, I'm assuming, some vocals. I haven't paid too close attention to who does what on which track, but I think he wrote the 7th track on the album himself.
Cool.
You did mention on your Instagram that they are selling an album, correct?
Yeah, is it called Collector? I think it's called Collector. You can buy it. It's probably like $20, maybe $30.
Support local music.
Musician.
I mean,
Yeah.
kind of local.
Well,
Support our friends, cousins.
the record
music.
company is based in South Carolina, but the band and production studio is based in Madison.
Well, then that's local. Yeah.
Shouts out to Madison. The whole city.
I kind of want, once this whole COVID thing gets done, I've been thinking about it. We should make a music video for the diss track. That would be pretty cool.
Once this whole COVID thing ends, we should have a face-to-face episode, and it should just be us touring Madison.
Also,
Honestly,
oh, yeah, you go.
no, you can go first.
All I'm going to say is, like, are we going to keep doing it once the quarantine's done? Because this is literally the Vanguard Quarantine Podcast. Like,
Make it the
Could change the name.
post-quarantine podcast.
Could change.
yeah.
Post-quarantine
say,
with
Colin?
Dane Lewis. Oh, I was going to say, out of every state capital and, like, the Capitol building, Wisconsin has the best-looking Capitol building.
Agreed. That dome's dope. Is it the biggest dome?
It's the
One of
biggest.
the biggest.
It's the biggest dome per square foot, but it's not the tallest one
Gotcha.
because it's illegal for it to be taller than the one at the Washington. Wow, I'm stupid.
I saw a picture of Des Moines Capitol building. It was kind of sick looking.
Is it
I
like
mean-
the standard look, like the dome, or is it like a brutalist architecture or some modern
It's-
thing?
It's kind of like the dome, but it's all colored different. Like the
Oh.
like square looking building, that's like a darker gray, and then the dome is all gold. Gold
that's
colored. I
like-
don't know if it's actually gold.
Yeah, that's how the one in West Virginia is. But then I thought, like, this is the poorest state in the country, yet they have a gold dome. And then I realized I'm being stupid, so I stopped thinking about it.
Is that
Yeah.
just how you decide what to think about?
Yes, I'd take a quote from The Office. I know it's kind of cringy, but Dwight Schrute says, if an idiot would do that thing, I would not do it, or something like that. I don't remember, and I'm embarrassing myself now.
Well, that's no different than normal.
Touche.
Ooh, called
Fair,
out.
fair.
I mean, as long as we're having a beef, I might as well roast you guys.
It's fair.
Fair.
Don't.
fair.
But then we can make fun of you for sucking toes.
I don't suck toes.
We
I
don't
do
know
not.
that. We've never witnessed you not suck toes.
You've constantly witnessed me not doing it. You've never seen me do it because I haven't.
There's always one in the back of his mouth. It's just.
That's
fucking-
disgusting. Like a sawed off toe.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
like
awful.
it's like
It's like a
dip.
Jolly Rancher.
No, it's like dip. It's just like right here.
I hate the images you guys are putting in my head and in my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, that was gonna be the whole like premise of my diss track, though. I was gonna make the chorus something about sucking toes. But
There's a song, I think it's by a guy named Bionic Pig, and it's called "Gimme Them Toes."
I'm
Yeah, I
also gonna point out that every episode of this podcast has mentioned sucking toes at one point.
I wasn't gonna
Probably.
mention it, but it's always you who brings it up.
I know.
Are you shifting the blame?
No, I'm just saying it's mentioned
Braden?
every time.
You're the one who mentions it. You could be the one who's doing it.
No, don't try to push this on me, okay?
I can push whatever I want on you.
Oh, really?
Pause.
Yeah.
Chill.
Let's see how that works.
You're a big man.
So we brought up a
Man.
little geography. Dylan, what's your favorite place to go in the United States besides your
Hmm.
basement?
Besides my basement, probably my kitchen. I don't know. What do you mean? Like, it's not like I've been to every state.
What's your favorite city in the Union?
Probably Mount Horeb.
Are you serious?
That's rough.
Not the state, not the city itself. There's just some cool architecture there. Not the entire place, but a few select buildings that are interesting.
Not the people.
I didn't mention them.
Not the Mount Horribites.
How about that?
Not a good joke.
Use the terrible thing. I don't even remember the name of the place, but that town we went to in California on Easter.
Oh yeah, that was a real neat place with the Happy Burger or whatever it was called.
Yeah. And then we went to that place and we ate, and it was...
They had records lining the walls.
Yes, it was dope. And the people were really nice. And,
Remember at the restaurant, Zachary Carter. Can I say his whole name?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, Zachary Carter ordered a breakfast burrito, and in the middle of us all eating, he just starts crying, and we look at him, and he says, "This is the best burrito I've ever had."
That was amazing.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed.
Wait, so were you the one who took the picture of the Last Supper?
Yes, I had you guys all arrange yourselves like Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and then took your picture.
That's because I don't remember you in the picture, but I'm like, well,
I took
you were
it.
there. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yes.
Ah, good times. Dane, you wouldn't understand. You know,
Fast times. I think Dane can live vicariously through the California trip once I finish editing all of it.
Yeah,
That's
it'd
why
be
you
great
make
if
it,
you
right?
could post it so I could.
Dane, I feel bad that I haven't posted one in a while. I'm working on it, okay?
I bet you do feel bad about it.
I have lots of other things I've been working on.
I'm sure.
Sucking toes.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Sucking toes may or may not.
Well, a little
Do
bit
you
of.
wanna-
Okay, we've asked this to most of our guests, which is 2 of them. But what have you been doing during the quarantine? Entertaining yourself? Like how have you kept?
I've had a lot of schoolwork to do, but besides that,
Can't relate.
I've been working out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
lucky.
Dylan getting
I just
big.
actually that's why we started recording so late. Is I just got done working out before this.
Oh,
Ah, good job.
Yeah,
wow.
thank you.
Wow.
And thanks,
man.
Dane.
Big man.
I've been doing a little bit of editing, but not too much. That's why I haven't gotten the California trip. I've been recording different instruments and laying them over top of each other to try to make a whole band out of just myself.
I've done that before.
Like I recorded
whack,
Benny and
man.
the Jets the other day and played the drums, the piano, the bass, the vocals, etc.
Etc.
You said you were gonna retry that.
Yeah, I didn't, and my voice is kind of not good because I'm out of practice, and it's just in general.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
That's unfortunate. I kind of want to hear a one-man band Dylan.
I could send you the link to the first recording I did without vocals.
What did you record with?
I used Audacity and just my mic, where'd it go? It's in the other room. And then I just plugged them into my computer.
Interesting.
Huh.
So
Did you
didn't,
know?
like,
Sorry, you can go first.
I was just like the way I do it is I literally have my keyboard. It's an electric one hooked into my computer, and that's how I do it. So you just play it, and the mic picks it up.
Yeah, except for the guitar and bass, which I can plug into the amp and then plug the amp directly into my computer.
Gotcha.
And did you know the Foo Fighters, I think their first album was all recorded by one guy?
I didn't.
And then after the band got popular, he got other people to be in his band.
That's pretty
Huh.
cool. There's always been part of me that wants to try the whole one-man band thing out, but
Or we could just try an actual band, get you guys over here after the quarantine, or we send each other recordings and play over them.
yeah, that's tough to do, but it's possible.
That's why we're making the diss track.
The diss track is fun because making hip hop, pop
Is that
music,
the
it's
genre?
easy.
I was gonna ask, what's the vibe going here? Is it
Yeah.
like
It's
hip-hop?
depressing Wii music.
What I did, okay, if you heard it, you wouldn't think it was the Wii song, but I took the Wii song, the Wii Shop song, put it into a minor key and changed the rhythm, so it doesn't sound
So it's the same melody but different rhythm.
yeah, it goes dun 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 dun. But I
That was
changed
my idea.
it was your idea to put it in a minor key, and it actually worked pretty well. but I have no clue what I'm gonna do for the chorus. I'm thinking of doing the bum 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 bum.
Do you
but
have
I
a
don't know.
bridge?
I mean, do you need a bridge?
You don't need one. I'm just asking if you have one.
Not yet. I only have the intro, which the intro is pretty dope, and then I have the chorus. Or sorry, the verse. But I don't.
Are
have
you
the
singing?
chorus.
Are you singing, or is it?
Apparently, Dane wants to rap, and I'll
Hey.
probably sing for the chorus.
I don't care how it goes down. I just want to be part of it, other than part of a writing partner.
You could get Mitchell Traeger in to do your rapping.
That's true. He does write songs. And-
Mitchell, if you're listening to this, we want you on the podcast.
He's not. But he can be our next guest.
he might be-
I was talking with
might
him
be
earlier
on.
today.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on with our little friend?
Mostly he thinks it's really funny to pretend to hate me, or he actually hates me.
Isn't that what you do to like everyone?
Mitchell is online right now. If we wanted him on here,
We've tried that before. It usually doesn't work out very well.
fair.
Yeah.
Tried to add people on during episodes.
Chris raps quite a bit. He's written a few verses.
I have heard some banger bars from Chris reviews.
He
He
can
does.
spit.
He lays down bars like no other.
He can be your rapper. Like this is a diss track.
But he doesn't understand how rhyme schemes work.
Neither do I.
He did.
There's a
He has written some good bars. I've listened to him rap it.
He wrote a song about a gun, like an assault rifle, and he wrote a song about Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
Yeah. See, my problem with writing music, I can write the music itself. That's not too hard once you understand, chords and all that. I don't know how to make good lyrics and
Yeah, I'd say lyrics are the hardest part for me too.
yeah. And then you got to figure out a rhythm, and you got
Well, rhythms they come to you. You're like, oh, that's sick, and then you just do that for the song, and then come up with another one.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really gotten past the whole.
I guess I'm
part,
more a
so
percussionist kind of guy, so
That's true. I try to think of it as I write a piano melody. I'll write the melody out on piano, and I'll play it, and then I'll sing to that melody. That's what I
Right.
should.
Chris from Chris Reviews is actually trying to work on a Minecraft album, just using note blocks from Minecraft. But
Why am I not surprised?
But he's also releasing piano songs in the same theme as the Minecraft background music, and it's actually sounds pretty good for him knowing nothing about chords.
Impressed.
Fair.
I'm impressed, actually. I
Dylan-
expected it to be awful.
Dylan, I have a question.
Shoot.
Of all the teachers that occupied the certain school we attend, who do you think would be the most entertaining on a podcast?
Oh, that's a tough question, because there are teachers who are entertaining, but don't not because they're trying to be, but it's just because they're like strange people. But then there's also like the hip, cool teachers who are entertaining because they're like us,
Mhm.
And then there's the teachers who are just wacky and so bizarre that you're like, that's kind of funny.
Who do you think would be the
okay,
best, but would
there's three-
also would let us film them? Well, not film, but
There's like
Recording.
3 different tiers of teacher I'm thinking of. There's Mr. Jerkins, who's funny in his own way and is into recording stuff. There's Mr. Steiner, who's just a weird guy and would be interesting to talk to.
but
There's
he wouldn't let us record.
Probably not. There's Miss Troji, who's the young hip art teacher who might get a kick out of this.
That's a fair
Yeah.
point. She invited
There's,
me to her drawing 2 class. I haven't joined.
Are you in her drawing 2 class?
Nope.
Did she get how? Why?
I think I sent her the cartoon Vanguard I made, and she thought it was really cool. And the next day, she invited me to her drawing 2 class.
Oh,
but
well, I'm in that class.
I haven't hit join yet because I don't know if she'll make me do assignments or not.
Speaking of assignments, one of the drawing 2 assignments from last week was a 15-minute free draw where you just draw whatever you want for 15 minutes. And Chris from Chris Review took 4 days to do a drawing. Like he spent 4 days on one drawing and then turned it in as his 15-minute drawing.
Did he not read the instructions?
No, he knew what was going on.
I'm not surprised.
He
That
should have
sounds
just set
a
like
good
a
idea.
time lapse of him drawing.
He wants to release a time lapse of him building a Lego AT-AT Walker from Star Wars.
Of course he does. I think that I should make a time lapse, but I don't know of what yet.
I'm thinking of doing a few Q&A live streams or something, but I don't have a big enough following to know that people will ask good questions and whatnot.
Braden, should we do a Q&A live stream?
We don't have enough fans.
Sure we do.
I was also going to do a sword sharpening and polishing live stream, but also decided against it.
I feel
This
like,
video is
feel like that wouldn't be
demonetized
good.
for graphic content.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't last very long.
Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna ever like make any kind of like social media for your YouTube, or is it more something you just do for fun? not necessarily to
I don't
promote?
plan on getting a big YouTube channel. I just like making videos, and I mean, it'd be nice like to just slowly gain following over time, but I'm not that big of a social media guy. Like I barely post anything on my normal social media, so let alone having a second channel for me to do stuff on.
That's fair.
Fair.
I mean, it's a cool concept. Just like make entertaining videos for your friends,
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And we're
Yeah.
we're reaping the benefits.
For your friends.
Three,
Yeah.
3 cents.
Is it
Yeah.
really 3 cents?
I don't think we've made anything yet.
You can't monetize your YouTube channel, right?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
You have to have like
There's-
1,000 followers. Or
Yeah, I know.
subscribers.
I know, Dane. I've been YouTubing for a bit.
I was letting the audience know.
He
The
knows.
audience doesn't need to know. This is between you, me, and Big Man Bray.
The audience does not exist
Yet.
yet.
I have to say, you
Shout out
reference
to
your
Kylan
audience.
Bartel.
You reference your audience in a different way than Ramble with Ample does.
How so?
Well,
Is
I
it in a
can't
good
really
way?
I can't put my finger on it, but Ramble with Amble like points out the audience, like, "Hey, audience, maybe you should do this," or "Hey, audience, do this or that," or "Hey, audience, we're gonna cut this out," or whatnot. But you guys, you only talk to your audience to say sponsored content stuff.
You
I
know,
mean-
we don't like to break the fourth wall like that.
No, I get it. It's different different ideas. You can't have the same podcast or everyone would be out of a job.
That's right. Then our podcast wouldn't be better than Cody's.
It's not that hard to be better than Cody's.
Ouch. We're throwing fireballs.
I'm
at
just
this, man.
throwing shade. I don't mean any of it.
Throwing the old shade.
Uh,
I was gonna-
Unofficially, and I'm just going to bring this up, we've made approximately 4.5 cents.
Wow.
How do you even
I've
make a half a cent?
I've made 0 cents.
No, I just used the calculator. $15
They
per
round down.
15,000 per, or $15 per 1,000 view, and we've had 2 views. Therefore 4 cents.
Should we just play it on repeat for the next few weeks?
Can I
Does that
give
work?
myself more views by just playing my own podcast on repeat?
Here, I'll just have it running in the background as we talk.
How about no? Jeez.
We should start a Patreon.
You say this every episode, Dane.
Hey, we said
I
it
know.
last episode. We didn't say it one before.
I'm more likely to start a Patreon than you. I actually
Why?
have benefits and stuff.
We
I
have
guess your
benefits.
benefit could be pay
kind
to
of
be on the
benefits?
cast.
We have benefits. I make new background art like every other episode.
You do?
I have a new one for the last 2. I had a
I
different
didn't
one
notice.
the 2 before.
He also added the whole Channel 69 thing when we had our beef with you guys.
Okay, that took 5 seconds to just overlay Channel 69 over the video.
I never said
I
it was
actu-
good.
I
It's the
actually-
laziest editor ever.
I actually made that from scratch.
Oh, you're right. You did
Unfor-
change it.
unfortunately,
for
I made-
podcast episode 2.
Unfortunately, I made that from scratch.
Does that explain why it's bad, or are you saying unfortunately because you wasted your time?
Well, both.
I see.
You just made fun of me for being lazy, even though it wasn't that good.
I mean, what's new?
Sorry.
What is new? What do you guys want to? What's new? What do you guys want to talk about?
Well, I was gonna say with the whole teacher thing, we thought Miss Haig because she's chill, Mr.
Yeah.
Marks because he likes to talk, Jurgens because of the reasons you said.
Mr. Marks would be a good idea.
We
Miss
think-
Hag, I don't know if she'd fit this style of content.
Yeah, but I
Mm.
like her. So
We think Miss Haas would be a great
she
addition
is
to our music podcast.
I see her on Zoom meetings once a week.
You should
Zoom?
we DM'd her, but I don't think she can see it because she hasn't followed us back. So
Oof.
yeah.
Maybe I should follow her with my actual account and then
Or you
ask
could
her
just
again.
email her. She
Yeah,
checks
just-
her email.
she sends us like 15 emails a day. So I mean,
That's not true. She sends us emails on Monday and on Friday.
Oh, Braden, we could send her a private comment on our high school choir assignments
I mean,
because she kind of
Sure.
has to respond to those.
She doesn't have to.
she's
That's
not
true.
obligated.
I've got I'm a TA for a Hauser class, and some kid sent us a private private comment, and I didn't respond because I
Good
didn't
job.
care.
What a power move.
Yes.
Speaking of Hauser classes, maybe we could have Hauser on here.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know her at all. I had
Wait, I feel like you guys are having this big conversation about replacing me, but I'm still here on the cast.
We're not. This isn't to replace you, and technically, you're not cast. You're a guest.
yeah.
We're just contemplating with you on who you think would fit the format that you're in right now.
Oh, I see.
Exactly. Also, we can't call you part of the cast because you're technically our rival.
Well, I meant part of the podcast, not as the cast.
Fair.
I was trying to be hip and cool and trendy and shorten it.
Yeah. If we can get like a high quality guest, like big name, nothing against you, Dylan. I mean,
Like
you do-
Ladders Inc.
I mean, you do have more subscribers than us, so it's fair.
Barely.
But,
Nick Winters would be a great addition to the podcast.
if we could get him, that would blow us up. But
You
I don't-
could probably get
He didn't
Dahlman.
respond to my text.
that's what I was thinking. Is Dahlman would be cool. I don't know what his schedule looks like with
He
work
fits this
and all
format.
that. Yeah, I don't know if he'd want to. He seems like since he's left, like he's still. I mean, same old Dahlman, but maybe not as like
Also, how would he be on it? It's not like he has Discord.
Discord.
Or something.
Yeah. I don't
He
even know
does
if
have a phone now, though.
He does. Yes.
It would be hard to get him on, but I think he'd be one of the best guests we could get.
I
You'd
don't
have
think
to
I ever
heavily
got his.
advertise it.
I don't think I ever got his number because I'm pretty sure he told us that we could text him.
I mean, I could technically get it from my mom because he.
Remember in 8th grade, Mr. Dolman said he'd give Kelsey Handel a grammar book because it was a running joke that she loved the grammar book.
At
And he said-
graduation.
He said, I'll give you a grammar book at graduation. And then he retired, and we're like, oh no, he can't give her one at graduation. And now,
That's not the
There's-
reason he can't
there's a
give it to the
and
graduation.
now
now.
there's a pandemic. So
Yeah, he's definitely not going to graduation now.
Maybe he will.
Sadly, I don't know.
you
I
can
don't wanna go
invite him
back.
as one of your 2 people.
You only get 2.
Yeah, you each invite 2 people.
Should I just
Luckily-
not, I should just
So
not
just your
invite my
parents, basically.
Well, luckily I'm a twin, so one of us can invite a parent, the other can invite a parent, and then we each can bring an extra person.
Lucky.
Not fair.
I feel like by the time August is here, though, like that shouldn't be as big of a deal. But,
Hopefully not. You never know.
Yeah, I get it. You have to plan for the worst case scenario because then you're prepared if it does happen. But
Right.
there's a part of me that thinks I don't think it'll last that long, but who knows?
I feel like even if it should last that long, it won't due to public.
Yeah. There's a point where people are like, we can't avoid this virus forever if it does last that long, and they're just going to not care anymore. I don't know. There's a part of me. I mean, already people are doing that with the protests and stuff.
Well, and people aren't
So,
A
avoiding
very small percentage of the
other
population.
people.
Yeah, but it'll grow.
The more publicity we give them, the bigger they'll seem, and the more seriously they'll be taken.
Well, I'd worry more about the news, doing that than us. Like we have our
I know.
we have our
I'm
2
not saying it's
listeners.
us specifically. I mean us as in America,
touche.
because America is in all of us.
Yes.
America's an idea. It's a belief.
America's not just a place.
It's an idea.
Some man in Iran could be an American, not because he's a soldier in
Uh,
Iran, but because he's just a guy who believes that he can achieve his American dream.
Does he technically have to be a citizen?
Hey,
How
shout
does
No.
out to that guy from Iran that believes in America but isn't technically a citizen.
You know what? Shout out to him. You know what?
Shouts
love
out to
you.
him. Hey,
Get him on the cast.
We'll get him.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you are an Iranian that loves the idea of being an American, please DM our Instagram.
Not mine, just Dane's.
The
Keep me out
Vanguard
of this.
Quarantine Podcast Instagram.
Also, I don't know if I should do this. I'm gonna call out. We invited Squirrel to be on, and
No response.
no response. He looked at it, and he didn't
Who?
respond. I'm a little hurt. Carson Hughes.
Oh yeah, he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Squirrel Legion.
But didn't want to respond to us.
Oh, maybe.
Shame.
Maybe it was the format. We send our DMs are kind of they're kind of funny DMs. Like they're very formal and stupid.
Would
And-
you,
Yes.
Dylan?
When
would
you guys
like?
contacted me to get on the podcast, I got this very long
It wasn't
message.
that wasn't as formal as our other ones were.
Like the one we sent to Miss Haas was.
Would you like
Quite
to?
interesting.
Would you like to hear our formal invite to Miss Haas?
I mean, do you want your private company documents leaked to the public?
Is this a private
think we
company
should-
document? Probably
Yes, we need to keep our secrecy.
not. All right.
Also, if a union tries to get formed, I will fire all the employees who tried to form it.
Braden,
Just so you
there's
know.
two of us.
Whatever
It
happened
could
to
grow.
Cody being one of the co-hosts?
He
To
never
who?
was.
Well, at the first episode, he says he's one of the co-hosts.
He did?
In like
I think he did,
episode
yeah.
0.
That was me who said that.
Not
Well,
official.
like multiple people.
Hmm.
I just expected all 3 of you to be on.
I mean,
here
we
each
kind of
time.
acted like Cody was going to be part of this.
Well, he left 5 minutes later, so I mean that kind of.
He has his own podcast. He has less important things to do.
Oof. I feel like eventually we've hit a revolving door here where it's roast Cody, talk about some stuff. Yeah.
Well, we just roasted Cody. Let's talk about some stuff.
Dylan, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Why? Royal.
It's very regal, and it's like it's the color of a lot of like mysterious. I'm not a mysterious guy. I just like the color purple in like film, how it's always used for like magical things or big technological things. Or, like I don't know, it's just used in film in a cool way. I think.
Can we get a top 5 favorite podcasts?
I've only seen 2 podcasts.
Us
Can we
and
get
Ramble
Can we
with
get a
Ramble?
top 2 favorite podcasts?
Okay. I'd say. Okay, I take it back. I have seen a few episodes of Joe Rogan because Chris was like, man behind the camera, you should see these Joe Rogan clips.
I find Joe Rogan entertaining.
I thought he was all right, but he was too obsessed with. Can I say weed? I can
Sure.
say weed.
Don't
Yeah,
care.
you can say we.
Don't care.
Okay.
I mean, of course he is. That's his like thing.
I know that's his thing, but like, I really don't care about his thing.
That's true. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's successful. Good for him.
Yeah.
He makes
It's
a
not like
lot of
me.
money.
I mean,
It's
his life revolves around martial arts, working out, weed, and chimpanzees.
Right. Like, it's not like me dissing him is gonna ruin his whole career.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He has plenty of fans.
Shouts out to Joe Rogan.
Shout out to Joe Rogan. Go check
But
him
not
out.
from me, just from Dane and Braden.
Yep. We
Sure.
like.
I'll be
Also-
100% honest. I've only really seen clips from Joe Rogan.
When I was at work doing ETC, shout out to ETC,
Shouts out to
Electronic Theater
ETC.
Control. Woo! Yeah, doing manufacturing or doing like some kind of, kind of monotonous work of painting or something. I just listen to the podcast because,
A lot of
Much better to
ETC
do.
workers do that. Everyone I ask who works at ETC is like, yeah, I listen to podcasts my entire shift.
Wow.
I usually don't do it the entire shift. I'll switch between music and a podcast.
Well, you're a more musical person than most people.
That is true. I mean, yeah, podcasts just, I don't know. It's like giving you a conversation that you're not in, but like you can.
So you're
imagine
more of
yourself
an
being in.
eavesdropping kind of guy. You like to watch.
I love to watch.
Dylan, can we get a top 5 artists? And by artist, I mean people that make art, not music.
Like,
Whoa.
as in I can't include music, or it's just anything.
Any
Any art.
artist not including music makers.
Okay, Rembrandt. He's a pretty cool guy. He painted a really cool picture of a windmill.
Good for him.
Yeah, more of a Michelangelo guy.
They aren't even in the same era, or like, never mind.
Don't care.
Let Dylan do his thing.
Anyway.
You said 5, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to come up with 5 artists I know of.
Just name a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Who's the guy who drew Bird with Money? Can you look that up? I'm looking
Pretty
it
sure it
up.
was Stalin.
Is
Let's
Dylan
see.
being exposed as a Stalin fan?
Bird with Money by Jean Michael Bisquier. I don't know how to pronounce French names. He seems like a cool artist. He does a lot of abstract kind of stuff.
Basquiat. I don't know.
I don't know.
Basquiat.
I think
I was gonna say I think it's Basquiat.
it's stereotypical, but Leonardo da Vinci's a good artist just because he did so much for the technological world.
I
Yeah,
agree.
shout out to Leonardo da Vinci.
Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio for carrying on his legacy.
I almost didn't say that.
You did say that.
I stuttered and I was like, oh, I'm saying the wrong name.
That's okay, Dane. We forgive you.
It was art itself when he held up that glass in Great Gatsby. I mean, let's face it.
Great
Hey,
Gatsby.
he
They
played
need
a
to make a
person-
new one.
Hey,
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio played a person from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
Good for him.
Good
Titanic.
for him.
Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
There's Steven Spielberg's an artist.
He is.
Yeah,
Fair.
fair.
It's very fair.
That's number 3. Oh, wait, no, that's
You said
2.
no musicians, right?
Correct.
Which is BS, but yeah.
As in people who play instruments.
Or sing.
Yeah. How about someone who makes music?
Yeah, like Hans Zimmer or John Williams.
I can live with that.
Because they're not musicians.
Yeah.
They're composers.
Composers.
Are they
Hmm.
composed?
Did I find a loophole in here?
You know what? I
You
like
did.
that. I like that loophole.
And then I'd also have to say Jimmy Page, but not for his guitar playing and musicianship, but for his production behind the albums. I'll make another loophole there.
Okay.
Because he produced all the Led Zeppelin albums. He didn't just play the guitar.
What a man.
I'm more of a
I mean-
Slash kind of guy.
Okay, it's 2 totally different types of music.
I mean, they're both
But-
rock.
Yeah.
but they were more hard rock blues, and
Guns N' Roses was more,
heavy. I don't know.
I don't want to say heavy metal, but like 80s, more stereotypical 80s, 90s sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's hard to classify music, but I would definitely, if you listen to Led Zeppelin and the chord progressions, it's blues 100%, but they gave it
They ripped off a lot of blues musicians.
yes.
And I knew they did a lot, but I didn't realize how much until I started listening to old 1930s blues music. And I'm just listening, and in the middle of a song, they'll say one lyric that's exactly the same as a Led Zeppelin song. And I'll be like, wait, hold on a second. I recognize this.
Thank
Braden.
you, Braden.
You do this every episode, I swear.
I didn't know my mic would pick that up. It hasn't picked up like as much, but it picked that up.
Yeah, it's also going to be amplified because I only have the lows turned on.
Oh man. So do you think that Led Zeppelin plagiarizing a lot ruins like their image? Or are they
maybe-
still great.
It ruins their image, like for a lot of people, like, oh, they're plagiarizers. I don't know what to call them.
Plagiarist.
Thieves.
But I think they did enough for the music world, and like they copy it well. Like their music doesn't sound bad; it sounds really good, and like they copy it well. And I'd say sometimes improve upon the original song, depending on what genre you're into. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I'd say in order for creativity to prosper, you need to borrow some aspects from things and make it your own.
Yeah, kind of like Ice Ice Baby did to Under
Okay,
Pressure.
but Ice Ice Baby isn't creative. That's
was a
the
banger.
difference.
Literally was the same thing except worse.
No, it was a banger.
Well, "Bring It On Home" by Led Zeppelin is a chord for chord, note per note remake of "Bring It On Home" by some famous blues musician I'm suddenly forgetting the name of. where they literally had to add him as a writing credit and whatnot, and give him all their money pretty much. Which, I mean, they have enough money; he can have it. So they literally had to classify it as 2 separate songs, from the chorus to the breakdown they do in the middle, because it's entirely a copy.
I'll admit, like, writing music, it's hard not to take like inspiration from stuff you've been listening to recently. Like, I notice when I write a song, or at least try to, like, I'll listen and then I'll like listen to my own music and I'm like, oh, that sounds really similar, and you can tell I, took inspiration from it.
Just because the 4 chords, the stereotypical 4-chord loop is so popular, I try to avoid it, but it just sounds really good most of the time,
easy. It's it's simple and it works,
Yeah, and even like the doo-wop chords, like Earth Angel and all the famous doo-wop songs use, like, it sounds good and I'd like to include it in a song, but I have to avoid it because so many people are just gonna be like, oh, you're just taking the doo-wop chords.
Yep, I get that. That's why with the diss track, I admit fully I took from the Wii Shop and I changed it to a minor key.
You were also inspired by the Lose Yourself piano.
Yes.
Well, Lose Yourself by Eminem, you mean?
Yes.
But that's just copying from. I'm not saying copying. It's a sample from Dream On by Aerosmith. So are you copying Lose Yourself or are you copying Aerosmith?
Both.
I mean, I brought up Lose Yourself in the original writing stage, so Lose Yourself.
You know how Lose Yourself has like that piano beginning?
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly what mine does. It's a little different.
Lose Yourself isn't Dream On. That's Sing for the Moment.
Oh, right. My bad. That's on me. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Hey, shouts out to Eminem, by the way.
He doesn't need one, but yeah. He's a good rapper.
If we shout out Eminem, maybe he'll shout out us.
He's a beast.
He would never.
He has
shout
some
us
pretty good songs out there.
I had only heard his newer stuff, because I didn't listen,
I mean, his older stuff, some of it's kind of cringy and like, just because it's dated.
Are you calling out Eminem?
I'm not calling him out. It's like some of his
is
stuff
Eminem
is just
gonna drop a diss track on Ladder's Inc?
Like, it's no longer 2002. Like, his sound effects aren't as funny as they were back then, I guess,
Yeah, whatever. I'm a big fan of Godzilla.
That, I wouldn't say it's pretty good. I like the song. I was about to contradict you, and then I realized what song we were talking about.
I'm gonna DM Eminem telling him that you've been dissing him.
I'm not dissing him.
And I'm gonna make him have a diss track.
He's gonna ignore you.
That's true.
One of the best rap songs ever produced is the song Pressure by Dr. Doofenshmirtz from the Milo Murphy spin-off Phineas and Ferb series.
Gosh.
The first half of the song,
ukulele?
the first half of the song is a nice ukulele song, and the second half is some of the best rhyming I've ever heard.
I will admit.
You're serious, aren't you?
I will admit, Dr. Doofenshmirtz does lay down some bars.
Top 5 rap songs: "Know How" by Young MC, "Rap God" by Eminem, "Godzilla" by Eminem, "Pressure" by Dr. Doofenshmirtz,
"Lose Yourself" by Eminem,
and "Simp" by Boys in the Park from Phineas and Ferb.
I'm more of a Simp Detector by Young Nugget kind of guy. Do you need a sampling of that song?
No, I'm fine.
I'm guessing you guys didn't take my suggestion from Ramble with Amble, and you should listen to NF, because
NF is a good. I like NF. I like NF.
I've only heard like 3 of his songs, but from what I've heard, it's good.
I only have 3 of his songs.
He's dope. I don't know if you heard his newest album, The Search, but it's his best one yet, and I listen to it a lot, especially when I work out. It gets me hyped.
Shouts out to NF, right?
Yeah, shout out to NF. He's awesome.
Banger.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan?
Yeah.
Physically or emotionally?
Both.
Nice.
Like,
Braden,
I'm pretty big, so if you waved me around, I think I'd be a good fan.
Braden, have you ever heard of a guy named Andy Mineo?
No.
He's made some bangers. He's also a Christian rapper. Ooh. He makes Christian rap.
I don't mean to diss Christianity because I don't want to do that.
Rap.
No, just Christian music is kind of demeaning a lot of the time. Like, it's very simplified stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
The message isn't that original usually.
It's usually the same message.
As a Christian who is also a musician, Christian music frustrates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad because a lot of it does sound like some of it's all right, and like it's not like they're sending a bad message or anything. It's just not that interesting to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know. I feel like, especially as someone, like, you're writing music to worship God, but yet it's very simple music. It's like, I don't know. I feel
Like
like
gospel music and like
gospel's good.
That's good.
I'm not going to diss gospel. I'm going to
Gospel's got some
Johnny-
modern
bangers.
worship.
Johnny Cash covers a few gospel songs pretty well.
Isn't he a Christian now?
He's
dead. Braden or
What?
Dane? Braden.
That was
he
Braden.
died.
What?
He died in 2003,
Braden, he's been dead.
or is it 2001?
I thought
Where
it was
have I been?
2004. I'm looking it
The
up.
last album he released while he was alive ended with the song "We'll Meet Again," and that just hits hard.
What am I thinking of? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, Johnny Cash died in 2003.
Ah, I was right.
What am I thinking of? Anyway.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know. Might be another Johnny out there.
Even I knew that
Johnny-
Johnny Cash was dead.
Oh, you're thinking of Johnny Neutron, Boy Genius.
Johnny Depp.
And,
Oh.
Carl Weezer.
Carl Sagan.
Okay.
Carl Sagan has a very inspirational speech about going to the stars.
Good for him.
I'm more of a Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of guy.
I like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but
Cody
he
hates-
comes off as a jerk sometimes, and like he's a nice guy, and I feel bad for saying it because like he's interesting, but I don't think he realizes that he comes off as rude sometimes.
And arrogant sometimes also.
I mean, if I
When he's
had
like, actually, space is, yeah, I don't know.
if I had the
Space is
brain,
actually made of stuffed animals.
if I
Well,
had the brain of Neil deGrasse Tyson, I would be arrogant too.
Yeah, because you have
Like
to see
people
brain.
give him more hate than he deserves because like remember he posted that thing about BB-8 rolling on sand and everyone got mad at him. I'm like, come on, you don't need to get mad at him. He's just saying, hey, wouldn't it be interesting? But sometimes he does actually, and like those are the times where we should get a little like, hey, Neil, maybe take a step back a second.
You think he's
Mr.
chasing
Neil.
clout?
No, he has enough clout. He's a good guy.
How do you know this?
Mr.
I don't know.
deGrasse Tyson.
If it comes out that he's actually a terrible person, I had nothing to do with it.
Okay. I don't think you have to worry about this getting many views, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many views do you guys get on average?
2.
Well, I mean, Spotify hasn't blown up yet, but the YouTube videos have averaged like 20.
It says 56, 59, 3.
All right, let me take that back. I haven't looked at the YouTube in a while.
Okay, it's 86, 62, 21, 23, and 3.
So, like in the 30 to 40 range? I don't know.
If you averaged it out, it'd probably be 30 to 40.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
No one's watched our new one, but I actually like the new one.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I feel
think
like
so.
your guest didn't talk as much as a guest usually does. Like it was mostly you two.
Well, Kylan's kind of.
I don't mean
more
to.
reserved.
I'm not dissing
Docile.
anyone. I'm just saying that's what I noticed.
No, he had good insight though, especially
Yeah.
with what we were talking about. So,
Sports, like always.
yes, of course. We're avoiding sports now. Okay, we ain't going
Trying
to that
to.
today.
Let's talk about sports.
How
All right.
about them Packers?
Oh yeah.
We
Not even in season.
we averaged 39 views, by the way.
So we were right. 30 to 40, mostly 40.
Look at that. I gotta get a new chair. This one's very uncomfortable.
I'm sitting on a couch.
Dude, my chairs keep making noises. I switched chairs in the middle of this, and it was still super loud.
It was. I didn't want to mention it.
Sorry.
very loud.
Dane, you're supposed to be more professional. You're the host for dang's sake.
Yeah, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm using a rock band mic and an old lamp.
You need a better setup.
I'm poor.
You're using a lamp?
Okay, so you know those like big headlamps that are like 5 feet tall?
You mean like a
Yes.
Luxo lamp?
A what?
What do you mean by lamp? Like the Pixar lamp?
But nah, it's not like a scissor. It's not the scissor action one. It's just one of them big poles.
Okay.
So it's a big
Okay.
stand and then a big pole, and then there's a light holder at the top. I used a thing I got from my GoPro to strap it onto the
Strap on.
lamp. Shut up. And there's a sock in between the lamp and the microphone to try and
But
dampen
why do you need a
little noise.
GoPro?
Seems
It's,
like a kinky setup.
It's actually an off-brand GoPro that I got from my grandmother.
Oh, what's your grandmother's name? Let's give her a shout out.
Shout out Grandma Michelle.
I was gonna say
Michelle.
Denise. I was pretty close.
I was gonna say Cheryl. Which I wasn't
I should
close.
probably shout out my other grandma too.
Who's your
Shouts
other
out to
grandma?
Grandma Annette.
Grandma
Annette.
Nut.
Came to my house yesterday.
Dane, what did we talk about quarantine? You can't have old people
They
near
stayed.
you.
They
You'll
stayed
kill
in the
'em.
car. They stayed in the
You're
car.
gonna kill her.
They stayed in the car.
Did you get in the car with them?
No,
What did you
Because-
do in the car with her? Was it legal?
Brain,
I wasn't in the car.
remember what we talked about before we started?
That incest should be legal?
No, we did not mention that at all.
Keeping
Why do you
that
bring
in.
this up so
Keeping
common?
that in. Keeping that in.
Okay. Okay. Top 5 favorite objects. Go.
No.
Okay, first one. Can I just say instruments in general, or do I have
Yeah.
to choose? Do I have to choose a specific one?
Specify.
Instruments work.
I'd probably say a Hammond organ,
Okay. 4.
best instrument. Okay, probably a television. Yeah.
Practical.
More of a
Or
computer
no,
monitor kind of guy.
I take it back. A computer is more handy than a television.
Because you can watch television on a computer
Yeah, good
and
thinking.
do everything else.
But you could put your computer on a television.
But it's not
Computer
as
can do
useful.
more.
Okay, number 3, motorcycle. Pretty sick, pretty balling.
Classic.
Baller.
Number 2, are we counting down or counting up? I was counting down.
It's a countdown.
Down.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2, trench coats, like especially war era trench coats.
Pedophile.
What? No, not like pedophile trench coats. Like I'm in the military and I'm on top of this tank trench coats. I'm at the Battle of the Bulge.
Like one of those guys that wants to sell you something illegally. Trench
No,
coat.
that's a pedophile trench coat. I'm talking in the trenches trench coat.
Okay. Number
Okay.
1.
Sure.
Number 1. Is this the one we can't say on air?
You can say it.
We said it last episode, Dylan.
Just whisper it.
I'm not gonna. Let's move on. What else do you guys want to talk about?
I mean, there's plenty to talk about in this world.
Top 5 favorite numbers.
Number 1. Number 1.
Oh,
Number 2. Number 3.
okay.
Because that way you know you're getting into the good ones, you know, because it's always like they do the top 10 list and then they leave the last 3 like these are the best of the best. Number 3, I'd have to go with number 7 because it's the lucky number 7.
More of a 13 kind of guy.
Okay, number 4, 100, because it's like what we base stuff on besides like the number 10, obviously.
And
Dante's
according to
Inferno.
Dante, 100 is like holy.
Yes, and then number 5, probably 12, because it's one of the most divisible small numbers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Indivisible with liberty.
Liberty and justice for all.
So
We
are you
forgot
saying
to do the national anthem, boys.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying 12 is the least patriotic number because it's the most divisible?
Whoa.
Maybe.
That's meta, bro.
I bet the Taliban love 12.
No.
Dude, and you know how when people don't like the cops, they say F12?
They don't.
Bro. We just went meta. We
We
just
figured
went
it out.
meta.
What?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's fine.
You're
It's
right.
fine. This is your podcast. You can
We need
say
content.
So what you're saying is we just have to drag this out as long as we can.
I mean, it's been a long time. We are
No, it hasn't. It's
we're-
only been an hour 47.
It's been an hour and 29 minutes.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, we started late.
Yes, we did. I don't know. There's a part of me that wishes I was a better podcaster because I can't think of like I'm not very quick on my feet conversationally. Like, I don't know.
I am when I'm
Maybe you
in
guys should-
person, but it's harder to do when you can't see the person you're talking to.
Maybe you guys should write down emergency topics when you run out of things to talk about.
That sounds like a ramble with Amble thing to do, and we're not about that.
Also, anytime we ask top 5 favorite objects, that's exactly what we're doing.
That's our emergency backup. Dylan, top 5 favorite rap songs.
I already
We
said that.
did this one. Dane,
We
you're
did?
repeating things.
You are the freaking host, and you don't remember. Oh my gosh!
I do remember you saying that, but I think you asked yourself that question.
What's your biggest pet peeve, Dylan?
Me? It's
Yeah.
when it's when people. Okay, whenever someone shares any political opinion, depending on whether I agree with it or I don't care. I just really don't want to hear other people's opinions.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like talking about
Why?
politics in general.
Because, like, they want you to agree with them, or they don't want you and they want to argue with you. And I might agree with you, I might not, but I really don't want to talk with you about it.
Good
Huh.
stuff.
Huh.
I used to
Plus-
be the guy who liked to argue about it, but I don't like arguing as much anymore. It makes me
Remember in, like, 4th grade, Obama and Mitt Romney were being running for president, and they taught us all about the voting system, and they told us, now remember, politics are a very serious issue, and you don't go around telling people who you vote for. It's anonymous, and it's a very respectable thing, and you don't brag about it to other people.
Yeah, I told my dad
no
who I
one
voted
follows that.
for when I
Yeah,
walked
that went
out
right
of
out the window.
When I walked out of the polling place, I was like, "Hey,
The
Dad,
booth.
I voted for ooh." I'm not saying it on here.
Come on, Dane. Come on.
Only if you say who you voted for.
I didn't vote.
Dylan?
When did we vote?
Did you vote for the
Uh,
Wisconsin Supreme
couple
Court?
weeks ago.
'Cause I didn't.
Was this
Yeah.
in the past few weeks, you mean?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
two
was.
or-
2 or 3
I
weeks.
couldn't vote because I was at my house not getting sick.
Yeah, I didn't vote either, just because I haven't registered to vote yet.
Wow.
Brain, it's not that hard.
I know it's not. I just forgot.
It's
to,
actually
honestly.
harder than you think it is. It was kind of dumb.
No,
It's like me signing up for the draft.
you could
know?
literally go to like wisconsin.gov or whatever it is and register to vote.
I
Oh.
did.
It takes 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll do that sometime.
It's your duty as an American.
I've heard the spiel.
Yeah, just
When my
like signing
father
up for the draft.
invented America, he told me, now son, when I invent America, you have to elect who you think will be the best person to run our people.
Huh. I like how you put that. So, did our slight political talking annoy you in our last episode? I didn't think it was that
What did you
political,
talk
but-
about last time? What do you mean?
You listened
Uh,
to it.
Yeah, you listened to it.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Jog my memory.
I just remember, well, first off, we talked about how the government officials are handling the whole, quarantine thing. And
I mean,
then-
yeah, I didn't really care for it, but it's not like I agreed or disagreed with you guys.
yeah. I mean, we don't want to make this like super divisive and throwing out our opinions, because then, people won't want to
Okay, each of us need to throw out the most divisive opinion we have on this episode so the rest of the episodes can run smoothly.
All right,
Hitler shaped the modern world
Chill.
in a way.
I mean, he did invent no smoking policies.
Who?
Hitler.
Hitler.
Oh,
He was also a
But-
vegan.
he is also a mass murderer.
But if you
True.
already told me this, if you had to go back in time and kill him, as
I
a
would
baby,
not, because
and would
he's
you raise him differently?
okay. No, I wouldn't, because he was an insane person, and if Germany had a more capable ruler, things might have.
I like how the government's like shutting off his internet anytime he tries to talk about political stuff.
Were you saying that it could have been worse?
Wait, are you talking to me or
Yeah, you-
Brain?
Like
You
the
got
whole
cut off.
second half of your spiel got cut out.
Oh, I'm saying Hitler was an incompetent fool and was incredibly his racism didn't get in the way. What?
It keeps cutting out every time
got
you
it
want to
cut-
say it.
You went and said it got incredibly red.
Okay, let me slow this down.
Mm.
Hitler
What?
was an idiot and a
Okay.
racist.
Fair.
And if Germany had a more competent ruler who was not insane, the war might have been worse than it was.
Do you want to tell that to all the Jewish people whose grandparents died?
No, I feel bad for them, but they could have had it worse if Hitler was smarter. If we had a smarter Hitler, it would have been worse. But luckily, he was a stupid art student who got in charge of the military somehow.
Or if they had a more competent government in general and didn't elect Hitler, then everything
They
would
could
have
have
been
the
fine.
Rhineland today.
That's also a good idea.
The Rhineland?
No, not the Rhineland. The not starting World War II. But lots of things did start World War II and were better off for it. Like jet engines weren't going to be invented without it. People realized racism was wrong because the Nazis were so racist.
Well, it took us a couple more years.
Yeah, but whenever people were racist, they're like, "Oh, you're just as bad as the Nazis." Like back then, people were just more accepting of it because they were racist.
It was normal,
Yeah, which is, I'm not saying is a good thing. That's obviously a terrible thing.
obviously.
Hey, shouts out to the CEO of Ending Racism.
Thank you. Whoever ended racism,
Bill Withers.
I'm proud of him. Not okay.
R.I.P.
He's my favorite.
Shouts out to Martin Luther King Jr., bro.
Was it Rocket Man that had that racist guy in the movie?
There's lots of movies with racist guys.
But like,
I mean, it was
He
about
Oh.
people not liking gay people. But
I remember.
But
It
then
was-
Elton John came in and he was like,
It was-
"Hey, it's okay."
it was Blinded by the Light. Remember that movie about Bruce Springsteen?
I have seen that movie.
One of the guys on the main character's street is incredibly racist to people from Pakistan. And then he reads the lyrics to a poem he wrote, and he's like, "I fought the Nazis in World War II, and your poem made me realize that I'm just as bad as them. Thank you."
I do somewhat remember that. It's been a while since
Okay.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, Dane, that's real neat.
Yeah, and we all care about your personal life, Dane.
You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. I just thought I'd let you guys know that I have seen that movie.
What movie haven't you seen?
I don't know. Name off some movies that I should have seen.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with
Haven't
Clint
seen it.
Eastwood. Oh my gosh.
Princess Bride?
Seen it.
Rango with Johnny Depp.
Seen it. Love that movie.
Thank goodness. That
Love
movie's
that
movie.
amazing.
I want to watch that movie, but I haven't gotten to yet.
There's some scenes that are hard to watch. Like he kills
Yes.
that guy with the hammer.
That, yes, that was brutal. Yes.
I also want to watch Pulp Fiction. I haven't seen that yet.
That's
But
a good movie.
It's a Tarantino film, so it's good, you know?
So is Django Unchained, right?
Yeah.
They're both, that's what I was saying, they both are.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet? I haven't.
I have not.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I haven't seen it, though.
I made plans to see it, and then multiple things came up, and I couldn't go see it.
Ooh,
Seems to be
All right,
a
I
theme
got-
in your life.
I got one for you guys. VeggieTales, The Lord of the Beans.
Yes,
it.
I've seen it.
Binged it.
They
That's-
replaced the orcs with sporks.
It's my favorite
amazing.
one. It's my favorite one because the kid with the letter at the beginning is from Altoona, Wisconsin.
That's amazing. But there's also other hit VeggieTale movies such as The Ballad of Little Joe, where it's about Joseph and his coat, but it's in the Wild West.
Hey,
I've seen
shouts
that
out to
one.
VeggieTales, dude.
There's also The Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Oz knockoff.
The Wizard of Oz and Yellow.
Yeah.
Pause in it.
And Yellow.
No, it's spelled differently. It's spelled like ha ha ha, like you're laughing.
No.
Then
Interesting.
there's also Minnesota Cuke, the
That's a
Indiana
banger.
Jones
That's a
knockoff.
banger.
Are
Have you
you
not
okay?
seen that one?
No, that's hilarious.
It's one of the
It's
best
a
ones,
banger.
Braden.
I need to watch it. I'll find it.
Braden, podcast watch party. We watch all of the good VeggieTales.
Live stream it.
That's on live stream. Sounds like a lot of work.
Just do it on Instagram Live.
How am I gonna do that with you?
We'll figure out the technicalities later.
You both live it, and then everyone has to buy a second phone to put both of your lives up at the same time.
Or I could do it on Twitch.
Do you have a Twitch?
I think so.
I have a twitch in my eye.
Shut up.
Thank you, Braden.
Yep, no problem.
Speaking of Twitch, Ready Player One by
Quentin Tarantino.
no, not by Quentin Tarantino. I'm suddenly forgetting Steven Spielberg. In the movie, they mentioned Twitch, and it's like it takes place in like 2030 something. I doubt Twitch will be as prevalent as it was now. And like they reference a lot of things that probably wouldn't make sense 30 years from now.
You never know.
I mean, I don't know, obviously.
Yeah.
It was just
find it
weird.
hard to believe that there'd be a world without YouTube, you know?
Right.
But who knows?
Too
But it
big
could
to
happen.
fail.
It could happen.
What happens if Google like goes under somehow? Like what a weird world it would be.
I mean,
Bing?
currently it's benefiting from quarantine, so
Yes, I know. But after quarantine, maybe there's a backlash, an anti-internet outrage, and then we all become Amish.
nobody uses the internet ever again.
But without internet, how would I be on this lovely podcast of yours?
Exactly. That's why
Do
we
it
need
the
to
old
keep
way.
the internet alive.
We get 2 cans and a string, and then
Ooh.
have a party call on the landline.
Or we get
Perfect.
messenger pigeons.
Did you see that news story where that messenger pigeon was found carrying a backpack?
Backpack?
What kind of
Yeah, it had
backpack
a
full of what?
It had a tiny backpack filled with ecstasy.
Dope.
I was gonna say drug dealers should use carrier pigeons.
They do.
I mean, I'm
Obviously.
sure drug dealers have thought of many ways,
Probably because they have so much time out of their minds.
especially now.
Dude, what are drug dealers in quarantine doing?
Well, I'm assuming they can still sell drugs. Isn't it? Drug dealers don't do drugs because they need to sell them.
Yeah,
and
don't
whatnot.
get high off your own supply.
That's what the smart ones do. El Chapo.
Shouts out to El Chapo, bro.
Do not shout out El Chapo.
Dude,
But
if
his
El,
prison escape was pretty cool.
hey, if
Anyway.
El Chapo wants to hop on this podcast,
If he hops on this podcast, I will never be on this podcast ever
you
again.
get major clout though.
Yeah,
dude, we could probably ask him to sponsor us, and he would be like, "All right, whatever, man."
Did you see El Chapo's brother sued Elon Musk?
No,
Why?
why?
Because Elon Musk's flamethrowers look eerily similar to the flamethrower he uses to burn money.
Dude, if we could get Elon Musk on this podcast,
Nah, he doesn't do podcasts anymore after the last one.
Remember he did weed on
Yeah,
Joe
but-
Rogan,
but-
and then everyone got mad at him.
but we don't have him on video.
We also don't have weed.
Fair,
Well, no, I'm joking.
Braden?
right?
Braden? Have you been leaving us out?
Bro,
I've
you
gotten
don't
to that
stop-
stage where I'm so addicted that I just do it by myself. I don't even do it with friends.
Braden, you
anymore.
don't get addicted to weed other than a psychological high addiction.
When you eat it with brownies, yes.
I have no idea. I'm not into the
No.
drug scene. I don't know.
Me either. I
That's
don't.
like a thing.
Remember when we thought weed could kill you,
Who thought that?
Mr.
Did you
Colby?
think that? He told you that?
Yep.
That's because Colby's not
Well,
super.
we're gonna edit in. Nice guy.
I'm not
He's
doing
not.
that. I'm
Dane's
not
not.
doing that.
Dane is
I'm
probably
not
the
doing
worst editor I know.
I'm not doing that. Just because I think we should have Colby on the podcast eventually, that's just a misstep in his
Why are we
teaching
gonna?
ways.
What are we gonna have him on? Basketball episode? Another
Another
sports
sports
episode?
episode.
Nah. We just won't talk about sports with Colby.
He's literally a gym teacher.
We'll talk about health class and how he drew
Sex.
our diagrams.
I drew a great penis. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Braden.
Braden. It's not like people I know were going to watch this and want to have the word penis just shouted at their
Do you
screens.
really think they're gonna watch up until? Hang on, let's see how far we are.
An hour and 30.
And an hour and 43 minutes.
I'm actually disappointed. Like the average view time on my YouTube videos is only like the first few minutes, so they miss some of the best stuff.
People have short attention spans.
That's their
Just-
fault.
I can relate.
You know how you were talking about at the beginning how you don't like modern advertising because it's loud and like sporadic and like
Yeah.
that's like reflects what our culture is like though. I'm getting deep here, but not in a way. But like that's how people are.
Society.
Ted Kaczynski.
Society, yeah. Hold on.
Wait,
we'll talk
let me
about
get
that later.
this straight. You think killing 3 guys on the subway is funny?
Wait.
Yes.
No.
Murray. Oh, Ted Kaczynski killed 3 people.
I don't get
Murray.
the
Wow. Arthur Fleck also killed 3 people, and many more afterwards. But
Dexter.
connection. I see a connection.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Thanks,
Really
Dane. That
loud.
didn't hurt
That
my
was
ears.
Really loud. I'm sorry.
Really hurt my ears, yeah.
Should we all just get real close to our mics? We all just get real close to our mics.
Just
Is that working?
ASMR.
Points about
ASMR.
controls our life.
ASMR.
Okay, top 5 ASMR, go.
No to eating cheeseburger while my parents fight in the bed.
I've never actually watched any ASMR.
It's really entertaining.
Oh, speaking of watching, have you guys seen the last season of the Clone Wars?
No.
Shame.
I haven't seen
You're
the-
not a true nerd.
Speaking of
I'm not.
ASMRs, remember those top 10 videos I showed you guys in anatomy, Brandon?
I wasn't in
that's
anatomy.
That's my favorite
Oh,
ASMR.
Oh, it reminded me so much of when Chris was talking to his mic, how like ear rapey it was.
That's
how it
very
is.
similar. Very
Did
similar.
you purposely do that, Dylan?
Oh, that I
Mr.
told
Man
him he
behind
had
the
the
camera.
I told him he had the mic too close to his face and he wouldn't listen. Also, shout out to Insane Review Food. They're the channel that puts so little effort into their videos that it's funny.
Hey, they were the first
No free
beef
shout
with
out.
you, Ladders Inc.
Yeah, I made a Minecraft live stream that was awful, and I would delete it if it were up to me, but morally, I cannot delete it.
We're back to this, huh?
No, okay, I want to do another Minecraft live stream to beat Hike School, the Mr. Winners podcast YouTube channel, because they have 70-something subscribers, and I feel like I could beat them if I did another live stream.
Interesting. First, you
But,
gotta put out content, though.
I know. But I don't have good enough internet to live stream myself playing Minecraft, so...
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe that disc track will help you get some clout.
Or it'll destroy all my
Oh,
clout
and
because you
then-
diss me so hard.
And then if you make money
see.
off of it, you can
Should I
you
just
can
copyright
buy a
claim
new.
your diss
Yeah.
track for using my image?
Is that a thing that's allowed?
Are you
I don't
able to
think
do
that's
that?
allowed. I'd like to mention that Hike School had 68 subscribers, and I'm looking
One
at
person needs to
this
subscribe.
with the Vanguard Quarantine Podcast, and I'm gonna subscribe just so we're the 69th subscriber.
You should record it and post it on the Vanguard Quarantine YouTube
yes,
channel.
Do it.
Hang on,
And Instagram. Gain some clout.
gotta hit the
In the
screen
end, we're just
because-
clout chasers. You know?
That's
You
fair.
guys or me?
Us, not you.
Okay.
You don't seem like the clout kind of guy.
I mean, clout's cool. I like me some clout.
You know what I don't like? White girls.
technology.
Brayden, you brought this up last time.
Don't care.
I'm not wrong.
Your podcast is just going to be rehashing the same topics every episode.
But in a different way. How about this? Visco girls, because not all white girls. suck,
Visco
because
girls-
subjecting
Visco-
a race.
Visco girls suck.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is,
Visco,
like,
TikTok?
Visco girls make fun of Visco girls, but they are a Visco girl.
They also, the only reason I don't like them is because they won't let me put stickers on my water bottle because everyone will call me a Visco girl.
Do you want to put stickers on your water bottle?
I do. I also want to put stickers on my laptop, but then everyone calls me a Visco girl.
Seems like you're kind
I
of
have
a Visco
I have a
girl.
sticker on my laptop.
I have one from Goodwill. It says $2.99 Goodwill, and then there's a barcode.
You should definitely put that. I feel like that's acceptable to put on your laptop. Or your water bottle wouldn't work as much.
I have
Laptop would work.
I have a sticker, and it's just the 2-lane green wave logo because they sent it to me because I asked them to for free.
Am I the only one here who hates TikTok?
No. Well, I mean,
I don't have TikTok just because you don't like TikTok.
Really?
Yeah,
Why didn't that work with pop sockets?
because I had it on my phone already.
I would say most of the content on TikTok isn't for me.
I will admit there are a select few funny TikToks. It's the app itself that annoys
It's
me.
not. I'm not the demographic they're going for.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. Also, is it still true that like they take all your data or whatever?
Yes, definitely.
they're
And,
Chinese.
yeah, I ain't about that.
Thanks, Dane. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks for subjecting one group of people to this. Racist.
Okay, they're Chinese hackers
Why do they have to be Chinese? Why can't they?
Speaking
because
of
they're from
hackers.
China.
Speaking of hackers, did you know the hacker from Cyber Chase is played by the same guy who played Doc Brown in Back to the Future?
You know that guy was also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
And he was also in The Addams Family as Uncle Fester.
and he was also in Meet the Robinsons.
Ooh, good one.
Oh no,
I made
this
that
on
up
the wrong account.
completely.
I'm actually incredibly disappointed. I was thinking, oh my gosh, is he? And now I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll take it. Meet the Robinsons has one of the best jokes I've ever heard, where
What
they
is
don't know what the guy's dad looks like, so they're like, he looks like Tom Selleck, and then when he shows up at the end of the movie, he's played by Tom Selleck, and when they said he looks like Tom Selleck, they showed an actual picture, like real life picture of him in their cartoon world.
I've never actually seen that full movie.
It's pretty good.
I heard it's good. People talk about it like it's big time, so I need to see it.
Like it's not the best movie ever, but it's funny, it's clever.
Good to know. I'll maybe try to watch that along with the VeggieTales remake of Indiana Jones.
Randomly, I'll look up and you'll have your Otis avatar, and I can't take you seriously anymore.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I see him staring back at me, and I'm like,
You
But then I
know
also-
what you've done.
I also see your avatar, and it makes me want to stab myself.
What about it? What's wrong with it? Is it the
that-
chin strap beard?
It was
Is it the John Lennon glasses? Is it the lampshade on my head?
it was back when you were fat.
No, it's not.
Kind of.
No, this was late in the summer. I'd lost a ton of weight.
I just
yeah.
watched somebody drop something off in my.
I thought you took it earlier because you were wearing it during the school year before summer.
No, this picture is from like August.
I remember you like wearing it in AP Psych.
The Dr. Pepper shirt?
No, not the Dr. Pepper shirt.
The
one
John
with
Lennon
you.
glasses?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. It's something about you staring off into the
No.
distance. I get like a dictator vibe, a Kim Jong-un vibe.
I could be a dictator. I think I could be a ruler of a country.
You could pull it off.
I don't. Oh, back when this all started, and Mitchell, Cody, and I hashtag not the Ramble with Amble podcast. Me, Cody, and Jack, we're all talking about our post-apocalypse plans, and I don't want to be that guy, but I really think I'd be a good leader of a post-apocalyptic faction.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah, see, that's the only reason I don't want to say it.
Those guys.
I see myself more as a grunt, doing the heavy lifting and dying in a heroic way.
No, Brain, you're the strong second in command who kills anyone who stands in my way.
Also true. I could definitely kill a few people. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean,
Someone take that out of context and post it.
I hope somebody edits my video for me just to keep that.
yeah, you
part of the
edit
video.
it. They first take the part where I'm like, I hate white girls, and then said, oh, yeah, I could kill someone.
They spliced it together so it says I could kill some white girls.
I bet they can
Except
make
for Dane's too lazy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said someone can edit it for me.
Oh, we should hire an editor.
Brayden,
Hey,
you don't make more than $5.
Hey,
You can't even go
hey,
on
I'm
Fiverr.
cheap. I'm cheap.
You really want to work for us?
I mean, I take the money.
Would you work for free?
No.
I mean, we
So-
sort of work for free.
We offer benefits.
Benefits?
Yeah, no more beef.
I don't know. I
Is that-
like beef.
I like the beef. It's giving us clout.
More beef.
Dude, we need to end this podcast with me just shouting at you guys and getting in more trouble. You know,
so if someone skips to the end,
to keep up the beef.
yeah,
Fair.
I can smell the beef cooking, man.
I mean,
Speaking
it's been
of-
almost 2 hours.
Speaking of beef, remember when Wendy's released that album We Beef?
We beef.
Remember when I called Wendy thinking it was a chick, and then I called the restaurant?
No, I don't.
It never happened. I just thought it was funny.
Remember when we used to call random McDonald's in like sophomore year? Just
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, Dylan hated it.
By we,
I
I
do.
mean me and like 2 other people.
What did you even call them about?
I would just mess with them, to be 100% honest.
Remember when you called my mom and she was going to call the cops on you?
She was gonna call the cops on me?
Yes, because Brain called her and said, he's dead. Meet me at the whatchamacallit, and then hung up.
I said, no, hey, it's Johnny. He's dead. Where's my money?
Yeah, both of us really hate that, and you could have gotten like arrested.
Yes, I
That is-
realize that.
That is conspiracy to commit murder.
I maybe
Yeah.
shouldn't have said that on the podcast, but we're 2 hours in, basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
1
it
hour,
was-
40 minutes.
So you guys make content with the plan that people won't watch it? Maybe that's your problem.
I mean,
Mm.
I'm realistic.
Like I know some people like Kylan Bartell.
Paleolithic.
Shouts out to Kylan Bartell. I know some people will watch to the end.
Me,
But
it's
most
me.
won't.
Island and Dylan, yeah.
And I don't even enjoy it. I do it because I have to.
You feel obligated, yes. It's
Because if
still
you're
a
going to
big-
have me on the podcast, I got to know what the podcast is about.
Yeah, it is nice. I don't even know what we're going to do for our next guest. We were going to have Squirrel, but that didn't pan out. I mean,
I really want to email Aniela Haas.
do it right now. Actually, yeah, let's put the pressure on. Email her right now.
If
during
you
the
don't
show.
email her right now, I'll come over to your house and break
slaughter
social
you.
distancing rules. Oh, I mean, Brains works too.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, so how are we gonna
Just
format
copy-
this email?
Literally just copy the DM you sent her, paste it.
But it mentions our Instagram. Do we really even need to?
Then take out the part with the Instagram. Like, I feel like this is self-explanatory.
Replace it with a plug for your email address.
We already had that in there.
there. To Aniela Haas. Subject: Vanguard Quarantine Podcast.
Podcast. By the way, check it out. Subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Oh, should I hit our sponsor for this week?
Anchor?
No.
Oh yeah, you guys never advertised Anchor.
That it's part
No,
of
it's at the beginning.
card at
We
the beginning.
pre-recorded it.
Oh, okay.
And that's back when I had my crappy mic.
That's fair.
What do you mean back when? You still have a crappy mic.
Earlier today.
Sorry, when I was using my earbud mic. You know how it'd be.
Yeah, because I've totally used your.
I mean, oh, our sponsor for this video is Come and Go.
Shut up.
The
Shut up,
gas
shut up.
station.
I'm leaving.
You might have actually left.
I think he's thinking about it.
I wouldn't blame him.
I wouldn't blame me either.
Oh, you changed your picture.
What?
I haven't been looking at the.
He did that before we started recording.
I was talking about the one of you in the Russian hat. Was that back when you were?
That's why I was so confused. I was like, I took this picture in August, and I was so confused.
No, I like that picture.
This one or the old one?
This one, the one with the lampshade.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, by the way, I just sent.
That's why I was confused.
I
So
just
you
sent-
were fat back in the Russian hat one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just confirming.
I mean, I've gained weight since quarantine started, and I don't know if it's from working out or from eating everything in house and home.
Probably a mixture of
Both.
both.
I hope it's more working out than the second, but I definitely should.
Do you have
I'll
weights
probably
or-
start losing weights. No, I don't. I don't use. I do have some dumbbells, but they're like not that well suited for working out everything.
Are you doing the platform thing?
Yeah, I'm
No.
doing platform stuff.
What's your 40 time?
40 time?
I didn't time
40
it.
yard dash.
Oh,
You're supposed to
I didn't
time
time it.
You're
Shoot.
supposed to time it.
You don't. You're not supposed to. You just can.
No, it says to log your result.
Well, obviously it was fine because he didn't.
It's bull. Should
Are
have.
you talking? Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I could. I
Yeah.
probably should.
You
It'll
should.
help me track improvement, but I don't know.
You should, because me and Braden are having a competition on who can run a faster 40 time.
And
That
then
was
I
a
ran my
competition
MTA.
before
Dan.
Braden tore his knee up.
I'm the worst runner in the entire grade, okay?
Actually, when we filmed that one video for safe driving, Christian said he was backing up at about 15 miles an hour, and you were keeping up with the car. So that's decent.
I don't know. I ran half a mile after working out every day in the summer, just as like a cool down sort of thing. And I think I got pretty good at that.
Good job.
Thank you. But I hear you guys talking about like you running a mile in 6 minutes, and I'm like, shoot, what the heck? I don't do that at all.
What was that?
Me? I dropped my
Yeah.
wallet.
I'm currently looking through life hacks on Snapchat, and one of them is I'm guessing this is talking about Snapchat videos and pictures. One, it says red equals no sound and purple equals sound, but I'm pretty sure everybody else knew that. You didn't have to make a stupid life hack video about it.
Wait, excuse me, hold on. I'm not important enough for your full attention. You've moved on to looking at Snapchat news.
I'm disappointed in you, Dane.
Hey man, I'm just the editor.
And you don't do your job.
And you're the co-host.
Yeah, well, you guys were having your own conversation.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah,
We were talking about working out and how I'm really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it helped that I did sports. Not a sports podcast, but yeah, it helped that I did sports growing up.
I did sports.
You did football for a year, right?
I did football
And baseball
for a year. I did grade school soccer for like a little bit.
Oh, right.
I wanted to join soccer again in high school, but I figured, well, I was fat at the time, and also, like I didn't want to join halfway through. You guys all being a big team and like all connecting real well, and then I just jump in and be a new guy.
Actually, the coaches wanted you because they wanted you to be goalie because you're so freaking tall.
I see.
Mm-hmm. It was quite interesting having Daniel added to the roster. Quite a character.
Quite a guy.
Shouts out to
Yeah.
Daniel, other than
He,
lied to us earlier.
I included him on the senior interviews for the musical because he's leaving next year, unless he's stuck here for the rest of his life due to quarantine.
Yeah, how's that working with him? And the
He-
quarantine?
Bennett had to go home.
He plays video games and talks to us, and he's just memes all day pretty much.
And doesn't do his homework.
He said he says he does it, but then today we were sitting at the table and he's just like, "Oh shoot, I had to take a math test 2 days ago."
That's awesome.
And is he going to just be stuck here till the isolation ends?
I think so. His parents asked him if he wants to come home or not, and they recommend he doesn't because Spain has it pretty bad.
Hmm.
And he said he's fine here. He thinks it's nice in America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool beans.
dope.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to have to because
He doesn't
Bennett had
have
go
to.
back.
I think it's safest just for him to stay in place, you know?
Yeah. I know Bennett had to leave and a couple others, but yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
the border was closing and he was coming home for the summer anyway.
Gotcha. Was Daniel going to go home for summer, or when was
He was supposed to. He was supposed to leave like a week after school got out.
Hmm.
But we wanted him to stay for the summer because my sister's getting married, and we wanted him to go to that.
Congratulations to your sister.
But I'm
Shouts
not
out to
sure how
Savannah.
that's gonna turn out, seeing as
Quarantine.
We're
see-
locked down.
quarantine. But also the California trip. I don't know if it ended up in the final edit, but I have video of Braden looking through his phone and then saying, "Hey, look, your sister's getting married."
Yeah. Sadly, that did make it into the final cut.
I should just make
Yeah.
a Braden cut where it's everything dumb Braden says because he was tired out of his mind.
And high on Benadryl.
Hey Dylan, you
Good
want to
time.
edit the rest of our bloopers from the first episode?
No, I'm pretty good. You guys want me to make California trip videos and whatnot?
Yeah, I'd prefer that.
Yeah. The only thing I can't stand for California trips is editing captions. Which the first episode, everything was captioned and it was pretty good, but
It
it
was
took
funny.
a long time. The second episode and third episode, which were really episode 1 and 2 because the first one was episode 0. Those 2 episodes, I only captioned things that I thought were hard to understand.
Hmm. Yes. I looked back
Yeah.
at those videos and I forgot how thick I was, man.
Yeah, I think we all were.
I
I
just
mean-
like the episode of CT's big fat schnoz in the middle of it.
Thank you. That was Cody's idea. Well, was it Cody's idea or is that the other one? I don't know.
No.
He said he had a dream about what the thumbnail was, and then
Oh,
he
yeah.
told me, and I made it.
What a man. You make dreams come true.
Oh, thanks, Braden.
Yeah. Not for me, though.
Do you have a dream you want me to make come true?
I'll tell you later.
All right. All All right, I'll keep that in mind.
On that note,
How long do we keep going? I mean, we're
I
at.
don't know. It's up to you guys, honestly.
I thought you said we had to be done at
I should
8.
probably try to work on.
I did say that, but I haven't gotten a text, so they haven't told me I'm late.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
Wait, who would you be late for? Man,
No, that's none of your concern. I have
Okay.
priorities.
Would we
I
happen
fit-
to know this person?
I fit you guys into my schedule, okay? I had to work out at 5 or maybe it was 4:30. When did I start working out? And then I have stuff at 8, but I think it might start at 8:30 or 9 tonight. I don't know. Or
interesting.
maybe I left time for dinner. Maybe that's why.
Did you eat?
I did not, but I also had a big lunch.
Okay. Interesting strategy.
Thank you.
I'd just like to mention that I found Dan Jurgens, his Instagram, or not Instagram,
His YouTube
channel.
channel? Oh yeah, I'm subscribed.
And all I found was the class of 2018 teachers final.
No, because he also posted golfing videos and a few other things with his family.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, didn't he also post the thing about him going to Nepal?
Nepal
Yeah.
spring break.
Yeah, that
I'm
was an entertaining
sure-
video.
Mr. Mark's got a YouTube channel, and
That doesn't surprise
Did he
me.
actually? Is he actually using it as a YouTube channel, or is he
he's
just
using
doing
it
for class?
he's using it for class, but he does post some random stuff in the past before the quarantine started. Like it's been around for 3 years, but he only posted like 2 videos until recently.
Remember when at prom we took those pictures and we sent them to him? You think he ever got them?
I'd say yeah.
He just ignored them.
He probably ignored him. He never answers my calls. I emailed him a few weeks ago asking for the surfing footage from California because I needed some of it to edit the video.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mr. Dahlman's in this video.
and he didn't get back to me for a few weeks until finally he said, "Hey, I uploaded the surfing footage to my YouTube channel." I'm like, "That's not at all what I asked for, but all right, I'll take it."
Did you want it for your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I needed it for my California trip editing.
Gotcha. Because you did get some footage of the surfing, right?
What? Say that again?
You got some footage of the surfing, right?
I got some, but I was on the beach, and Mr. Marx's I thought would be more with the people, but
Mhm.
he didn't record as much as I thought he did.
Dang.
Yeah.
I remember you wearing that surfer suit.
Oh, thanks. You guys made fun of me constantly.
It wasn't making fun of. It was more complimenting your figure.
My figure, that perfect Coke bottle shape.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Hourglass, you know.
What did I ever do with that shirt?
What
When we
shirt?
were I wore a Led Zeppelin shirt while we were surfing. Well, before we got on the wetsuits, obviously. You can
Uh-huh.
see if you look in the Discord chat below. And I don't know what I did with that shirt.
Too bad. I love that hat you wore as we climbed the mountain. I'm just
The Angus Young hat.
yeah, you look classy with the sunglasses.
Thank you.
Dude, Cody looks like a stud in that picture.
He looks like a unit. My goodness. The audience obviously can't see it, but it's a picture from the California trip while Cody was standing on his surfboard.
Like, look at that stare he's giving. Dang.
Dane, edit that into the video so the
That's
audience can
not
see.
happening.
My gosh. You have one
It's
job.
not-
you
it's
have 2
not
jobs.
fair to the
Laziest human I know.
It's not fair to the Spotify audience.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
too bad. Make it the thumbnail.
Oh,
I could
of the
do that.
episode. Yeah. They wouldn't understand, but okay.
What was that?
There's a sigh. I just realized what time it is.
8:30?
Yeah. I still did my lifting. I still haven't done any running or anything, so I gotta do that now. And I don't think I finished all my homework, but I'll just finish it tomorrow.
I did all the homework I had for today already, which I mean, that's not very interesting for the audience, but good on me.
All I had was a physics assignment. So.
See, I started this week off, I started this whole quarantine school thing like really energetic and like get it done right away and all that, and it's just gone away, that energy. I've been
Have you been getting up at a same time every day?
not anymore.
That's your problem. I got up at 7:10 today. I clicked the snooze button,
Ooh.
and that really gets you up and going.
Yeah, I got up at 7.
I like to watch YouTube, you know?
I originally got up at 7, and then I was like, I'm not doing that. And I ended up waking up again at 8:30.
That's not too bad. Like, some people don't wake up till like 11.
My sister didn't wake up till 2 today.
Jeez. I always get up before at least 10. Usually that's late, but...
Braden
Well-
always gets up.
Chill.
Mm.
No, my sister stays up really late at night and does her homework, and then gets up at 2. Usually she
Weird
only gets up
strategy.
at noon.
I feel
Interesting.
Like that's a waste of the day. I don't know. I'd rather
Yeah,
leave the
the
day than-
earlier your day starts, the better, I think, because like you're up and active, and it's nice outside more rather than being inside in the dark most of your life.
Well,
Also-
today
better for mental health.
Yeah, today it was rainy in the morning, and like right as she woke up, it started to clear up and get really hot outside.
Was it hot outside? I was only outside this morning while it
Is-
was raining.
It was like 62, I think.
Oh,
You getting
64.
outside every day, Dylan?
not every day. I did. I practiced the unicycle a lot.
Now that's something.
Thank you. I've been wanting to learn how for a long time because we've had unicycles in our house for a while, but I've
You wanna
never
be
been
like
good. I've never been good at it until. I'm still not good at it. I can only go like 30 feet maybe. But
So you
like,
know how at college how people ride their bikes to class? Can you please ride your unicycle
Yeah.
to class?
I will not. I don't want to be that guy. I just want to know so it's a skill I have in my repertoire if it ever comes up.
So you can be in the circus.
My dad was in the circus.
I mean, Dylan is kind of a clown.
Okay. We beefing again? We back to beefing? I thought we were
This
having
is
a good
beef.
conversation here.
I thought we were trying to up the beef.
Let's yeah, I think we should probably start wrapping things up. And,
You're just saying that because you're a quitter. Just like this podcast.
He's saying
I
that
didn't
because
quit on your mom.
he's saying that because we're 2 hours and 11 minutes in, Dylan.
I'm going to have to rewatch this whole thing.
You don't have to do that. But
No, I have to
But
watch
you
every
should,
episode.
so you give
it
us
is
a view.
appreciated.
Like, I watched my episode with Cody, not because it was interesting, but because I had to watch every episode.
Yay.
Dude,
Poor
I
Cody.
hate my voice on.
I think
recording.
we've just established the real beef is with Cody.
Cody is beef.
Even though he was our first guest,
Yeah, if you see that picture of him,
unofficial guest.
he is beef.
We got to put him in the ground 6 feet and
Chill.
then call him ground beef. That wasn't a good setup. I should have said, like, bury him 6 feet and call him ground beef. So I don't repeat the words.
Fail the
Too
execution.
bad Dane won't edit that.
Yeah, Dane will just
Correct.
edit it. Thanks, Dane.
Yeah,
I know you're
will
there
not.
for me.
Can you at least make that the thumbnail, though? That'd be
I will make that the thumbnail.
Thank you, Dane.
Just because I know
Uh.
Dylan's mad that I don't edit.
So,
Dude, I spend so much time editing, and you just upload things.
Well, sometimes there's not really a point in editing. Like
That's true.
the last one with Kylan, there wasn't really a point in editing because we didn't say anything controversial.
Did I say anything controversial?
No,
I think I might have.
I mean, me and
I
Braden
can.
did, but
I can.
no,
I can.
You shouldn't.
I can
though.
right now.
You shouldn't.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Don't.
Do it.
Let's
Oh,
think.
also, if you made it this far, DM us Cody's Thick A.
Do not do that. Well, I mean, it's not my DM, so
Do it.
Or DM us. Dylan likes
If-
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
that's just because of the shirt. Okay,
Yeah, that was the first thing that came.
that shirt. Okay, I'm not the big.
We
I
haven't
like.
hit the DM it yet, so I mean.
I like Dr. Pepper as much as the next guy. It's just that shirt fits really well. It has a
Ah.
good fit on it.
Braden, do we even have our DM open?
Yeah. We're a public account.
Yeah, but so is Aniela Haas, and she didn't look at her stuff.
Maybe she doesn't like us, which is probably true.
Oh, but by the way, if you're listening, go follow Aniela Haas because she does have an Instagram.
And with that note, I think it's time for us to shoot
Yeah,
out
Dylan-
here.
My diss track's coming in a week, so
Our
Okay.
diss track.
Once you release a diss track, I might write one too. Okay, how about that? Just to make it fair.
love it. That'll be fun.
And I'll try to make another California trip video. I'm editing the senior interviews, but I still need to interview Miss Haas.
So you're a busy man.
Busy man. I'll keep you guys updated with any projects I'm working on.
Cool beans.
All right.
Cool
Okay.
beans. Good luck
Brandon,
with your
give us an-
cast.
Braden, give
Thanks,
us an
man,
intro.
behind the camera, for joining us. And we will see you next week, maybe tomorrow. Who knows when. Bye bye.